Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Tuesday, April 16th, 2016. It's the 106th day of the year. I think we got another low-hanging fruit in baseball. Yesterday, the pick of the day definitely came through. So let's review yesterday and then get to today's games. Again, the Orioles-Red Sox started real early. It started before we could even start our decode. It was Jackie Robinson Day, and Jackie Robinson equals 64 like civil rights. The Orioles got to 6-4. If we had picked on that game, the Red Sox with the potential to go 4-2 on Jackie Robinson Day sure would have been sticking out, especially since Orioles equals 42, but the riddle was Jackie Robinson 64. The Mets and Phillies game, remember when we did the initial decode? ESPN changed the away stats for the Mets from the beginning of the decode to the end. So today we need to pay extra careful attention. I'm going to be verifying the home and away stats using MLB.com because ESPN has been screwing up with their home and away records. When we first looked at this yesterday morning, the Mets were 6-3 away. Or what was it? They were what was it? I forget what it was now. I think they were 7-2 actually. I think they had them as 7-2, and they had the Phillies as 6-3. So I was saying, oh, if the Phillies won, we'd have an overlap with 73. Both teams would be 7-3, and we saw that Noah Syndergaard was 73. But then by the end of the decode, they updated it, and no longer was that possibility for the 7-3 overlap. So they did that with the Brewers and Dodgers series too. So we got to pay attention because we're making reads off that. It can tilt the whole thing. But anyway, what we talked about is how the Mets could become 9-7 as well. Philadelphia's 97. They could also become 10-6. Philadelphia Phillies is 106. Prophecy's 106. Philadelphia is the land of prophecy. Anyway, they did end up becoming 10-6. And today is the 106th day of the year, and notice if the Phillies win today, they can become 10-6. So remember that on the 106th day of the year. Big number there in Philadelphia, 106. We had the Cubs winning. Yu Darvish picking up his 58th win on the 58-date numerology. He got that done. We had the Brewers winning. Cardinals and Brewers equals 45, the overlap number. Cardinals became 9-7, like 97, the 25th prime. St. Louis 25. The Blue Jays seem to be one of the strongest reads of the day, probably the best read of all because there was so much overlap with the number 85. Toronto Blue Jays 85, Matt Shoemaker 85, Twins 85. Twins fell to 8-5. And Denham called in and he said, I'm not sure about that because Shoemaker, his birthday's 5 months and 12 days away, and the Blue Jays can become 5-12. And like I said, if you're going to go with the pitcher birthdays, it's not looking good in the regular season. I know their birthdays are important in the postseason, but in the regular season, it's been leading us to the wrong place. So if you went with Shoemaker becoming 5-12, you got it wrong. If you followed the strong overlap on 85, you got it right. And again, that's what we've seen so far. We know the pitcher birthdays are definitely important in the postseason. They might not be so important in the regular season. So, and the Twins also fell to 4-2 at home on Jackie Robinson Day. Cahill, the pitcher for the Angels, he had a chance to pick up his 82nd win. Rangers 82, Arlington, Texas 82. And Trevor Cahill, 82. And I said, man, the only other 82 team I know in the league is the Seattle Mariners. When do the Angels play the Mariners next? And Cahill will play the Mariners in the next series. Cahill did not get his 82nd win last night against the Rangers. So now he has a shot to get it against Seattle. And I have a feeling he will. So Rangers got that one. Again, we had riddles both ways, but I was thinking that Cahill 82 was going to come through. We liked the White Sox to win yesterday, and with a good shot to win today as well. Chicago White Sox equals 79. Chicago equals 35. So we got the White Sox pegged to win 2 in a row there. The Royals became 5-11. Again, that prime number relationship, 11 the 5th prime. We had the Dodgers to beat the Reds. Dodgers got it done against the Reds. If Kershaw had won, he would have become 4-2 for his career against the Reds on Jackie Robinson Day. He actually didn't get the win, but Dodgers still won. So we couldn't make a read on the Rockies-Padres game because they weren't giving us a starting pitcher for the Rockies. Well, remember that, though. Next time we don't see a starting pitcher, I'm just going to see who wins that game, too. Maybe that's a clue. Maybe when you don't get your starting pitcher, maybe it's a sign that team's got an ace up the sleeve. And the Indians, well, we saw the risk with them winning, becoming 9-7. Mariners equals 97. The Mariners season began with the big 97 ritual. Notice the Indians won 6-4 on Jackie Robinson Day. Jackie Robinson 64. However, the other thing we saw, well, what I said is if the Indians won yesterday, I think they have a good chance to win today as well. And we'll look at that. Seattle equals 107. Something else to consider, though, is if the Indians lost today, they'd be 4-7 away. Indians is 47, Seattle on the 47th parallel. So we're going to have to take a good long look at that. But what we saw with the Mariners was that if they won, they'd be 14-5. Jackie Robinson, 145. And Trevor Bauer, the starter for the Indians, 145. So in baseball, it wasn't a bad day at all. It wasn't a bad day. We hit the majority of games. The game we really liked came through. In the NBA, we knew 31 was a big number yesterday in the NBA, and we got the record 31-point comeback. Remember, Oakland equals 31 and 131. So I'm pretty sure this means the Warriors will win the next 2 games against the Clippers, because remember, Game 4 is on that 37-date numerology. Los Angeles 37. Clippers can pick up their 37th loss of the season in Game 4. So I'm thinking the Warriors are going to go down to LA and win 2 in a row now. 76ers. Like I said, I had trouble imagining they would lose yesterday. The 2-2-3 Philadelphia riddle was right there. Seemed that they had to get that in Philadelphia. It wouldn't really make that much sense for them to get it in Brooklyn. So the Nets, though, the one concern was that if they did win, the Phillies or the 76ers would be staring down the barrel of a gun at their 34th season loss on a 34 date in Game 3. But that was hard to imagine. So 76ers got it done with the 65th win all-time against the Nets. Philadelphia 65, and the 223rd playoff win. Philadelphia 2-2-3. Brooklyn, New York also 2-2-3, which is probably why this is the first series. Caller, you got to mute the video.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm not live or anything, right?
Oh, you're live. This is a live stream.
Oh, really? Oh, I just called the number. When can I call when you're not live?
Probably in a few hours.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Okay. And then the 76ers won with 145 points on 14/5. So, and notice they won by 22 points as well. Yesterday had 22 in 31-date numerology, 22-point win here, record 31-point comeback here. The Warriors stayed at 31 wins at home on the season, 30 in the regular season plus Game 1 of the playoffs. In the NHL, we figured the Maple Leafs would win. We got them advancing in the series, so pretty crucial to stay up. Again, the Maple Leafs have that 101 connection. It'll be the 101st Stanley Cup. Capitals and Hurricanes, there wasn't a lot to go off of in that game. We knew the Capitals would likely win the first 2 in Washington as they did. Yesterday, there wasn't anything hard to go off of. So 2-1 in that series. We had our first NHL game break the date numerology rule. Had the Predators lost yesterday, they would have got their 58th playoff loss all time on a 58 date, kind of like how Yu Darvish picked up his 58th win. But the Predators did win. And I can't say that I'm shocked because we have the Predators winning this series too. So again, they're the team with the 101 connection. Predators are a team with a real shot at being in the Stanley Cup this year. So date numerology, it's still gotten us the majority of games right in the playoffs. But again, date numerology, it won't always follow the pattern. So Predators did beat the Stars. They avoided that 58th loss. And this is the game that surprised me. I really did think the Flames would go 4-1 in this series. Obviously, that can't happen now. They're trailing 2-1. something to consider is the Avalanche are the 8 seed, and in both conferences, the 8 seed is leading the 1 seed. On the other side of the coin, the Columbus Blue Jackets are up 3-0 over the team with the best record in the league. And now the Avalanche are leading the Flames 2-1. So there's got to be something with that. It's the 2018-19 season, the 8 leading the 1, 1's trailing the 8, 18. So gonna have to reevaluate. I was thinking the Avalanche would stay at 67 playoff wins, because Avalanche and Calgary are 67, so is hockey. But now they're at 68 playoff wins, so wrong about that. Let's see. So anyway, let's do today's games. We'll do MLB, and then we'll do the playoff games as well. So nothing starting super early today. All right, Red Sox and Yankees. The Yankees with half their team on the injured reserve. You know, I'd be tempted to go for that 3-9 thing, but that has not been hitting. For some reason with the Yankees, the 39 has not been hitting so far this year. It's the New York number. New York is also 48, but it's 39 that's the more pure number. So, caller?
Hi. I decided there was something I could talk about and I guess I don't see, I just watch the YouTube stuff, so I don't know what you're live on, but I wasn't showing anything live. But I have something that's kind of not really a full-blown theory or anything, but just some thoughts I want to run by you and see what you thought.
Can I call you back later, because I do this daily in the morning. This is the people who do the sports live streaming. So I don't think you're calling about sports.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. If you want to call me back when you're free, that's fine.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. So again, we'll start with our date numerology. Come back and open these up. Okay, so it's April 16th. It's the 183rd day of the NBA season, 196th of the NHL, 28th day of the MLB. The date numerology that really matters: 59, 32, 23. 59 is the 17th prime number. 23 is the 9th prime number. So we got 2 prime number relationships to keep in mind. Because it's the 16th of the month, 53 could be important. 53, the 16th prime, like 16 points in Super Bowl 53. And again, 106th day of the year. And that number is really sticking out in terms of one of the baseball games today. So that could be our low-hanging fruit. Something I want to look at. I want to get up MLB.com right here, because I want to make sure with these home and away records, they're correct. I don't know what ESPN's deal is so far this season. But we'll verify each one to make sure it's the same on both sites. So they got the Red Sox at 3-8 away and 3-6 at home. Right? It looks like that's the same here, so that's good. So we do know that the big number in New York is 39. New York's got a long history with 39. New York and Gematria does equal 48 as well, and we've seen some of these New York 39 rituals, instead of the 39 hitting the 48. So we got to keep that in mind. Let's see here. Check out the pitchers' win-loss records too. Chris Sale. He's at 103 wins, 65 losses. Now, New York Yankees is 65. If he got the win today, he'd stay at 65 losses or a no decision. Saw the Astros become 6-5 against the Yankees earlier this season. James Paxton. Paxton's 42-28. That doesn't go with our date. 28th day of the MLB season. Okay, let's see here. So if the Yankees won, they'd be 7-9, kind of like 79, the 22nd prime. Boston's 22. Just a thought as well. Let's see here. Boston. Trying to. Let me see how many more games they got. Two-game series. All right, so think about that two-game series, what the records could be by the end of the series. Hold on. 6. Boston Red Sox. Red Sox. New York. Yankees. Yankees has that 37 connection. If the Yankees lost today, they would be 3-7, and then that would keep Chris Sale at 65 losses. 7-11. Let me go look at the splits for these guys too. Paxton's, or wait, he's going for the Red Sox. So he's 2-0 against the Red Sox. Looks like he's pitched a few games against them. Okay, and Chris Sale, let's see what his record is against the Yankees. He's 6-4 against the Yankees. Well, that makes things a little bit tricky because New York Yankees is 65. If you use the rule for S, it's also 74. Runs. He's pitched well against them, though, historically. All right, let me see a few other things here. Yankee. Yankee, the singular, 65 too. Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium, 49. If they split these two games, the Red Sox could be 4-9 away. Let's see. see who the Yankees got after this series. The Royals. There's that game. The game's at home. Royals. Kansas City. Royals. Hold on, I forgot to check the overlap on the gematria of the pitchers. Sale's got the 37 connection like Yankees. Yankees could fall to 3 and 7. Chris Sale. And Paxton. James Paxton's got the 39 and 48 connection like New York. Notice the Yankees are a 109-point favorite, or negative 109 the line. I mean, Yankees 109. It's always dangerous when there's a 39 on the board for New York. But again, this year the 39 riddles have not been flowing for the Yankees so far. Again, Yankees is 37. Sale's got the 37 connection. Historically, he's pitched very well against them. There weren't any great clues in their stats, though, the pitchers, for today's game, other than Chris Sale could stay at 65 losses. That was probably the best stat because New York Yankees is 65. 29 and 15 with Boston. I guess he could get his 16th loss with Boston on the 16th. Boston Red Sox is 53, the 16th prime. One more time here. What's up, caller?
Yeah, what's going on, Zach? For this Boston game in New York, I was looking at it by being the 16th game for the Yankees, and today the 16th.
Right.
It seems like they can go to 6 and 10. The reflection of it.
Sure. Well, and I was going to say Boston Red Sox equals 53, the 16th prime. So.
Okay, too. So I like that. I kind of like that.
The only thing that worries me, though, the thing that worries me about the Yankees' record is if they won, they'd be 7 and 9, which looks like 79, the 22nd prime, and Boston's 22. But
so it goes both ways. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, when it's a reflection, man, it still holds value by it being the 16th, and it's the 16th game for the Yankees. If their record looks like 61, which is the reflection, I just feel like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like when you get the reflection of it, I feel like yesterday was the 15th, and conspiracy equals 51. So like Golden State lost yesterday, I believe, like 51, 15, 16, 61. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's something to the reflections too. Absolutely. The only overlap number I'm seeing is with the Yankees falling to 3 and 7, and those overlap numbers have been pretty consistent because Yankees is 37 and so is Sale. And again, he could stay at 65 losses. And again, the Yankees are beat up.
It's really definitely a game you don't touch. But I just thought at 16 and 61. That's all. I just wanted to mention that.
Sure, and 61's a big baseball number. 61's the 18th prime. Baseball equals 18. So. Yeah.
I like the Red Sox for that. Hey, I appreciate the Blue Jays too yesterday, man. I won 375 off that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that one was looking good yesterday. So sometimes you just got to go with the strongest pick. Like I saw people in the chat saying they had a horrible day yesterday, and I'm thinking, well, we had some pretty strong reads in baseball. You could have just went there. So.
Right. Because I specifically called you yesterday and had told you what I was about to do. And like you said, and what's so crazy, I didn't even peep that the 8 and 5. I didn't. You know, sometimes you can look at the games all day and it be right in your face, but you don't see it. I didn't even see the 8 and 5 on the Twins until you said it. I knew about the Shoemaker 85, but I didn't even realize they can go 8 and 5. But when I seen that, I knew it was gold.
Yeah. The 8 and 5 had 3 overlaps in that game. Usually, when you get that many overlaps, it's pretty. Nothing's a lock, but it gets about as close as you can get. So.
Right.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
All right, take care. Yeah, another guy bet big on that game yesterday too and won a bunch. So, you know, I heard you guys in the chat saying how you had a horrible day. Why are you guys betting a lot of money on games that don't even have good lines? I mean, sometimes you just got to look at what the best pick of the day is and just go right there. What's up, caller?
Hey, Zach, that Clippers game, man.
Yeah?
You're the man.
Well, I don't know about that. I didn't have the Clippers winning for sure yesterday. We thought it was possible, but I'm pretty sure the Warriors are going to start 3-1 in this series.
Yeah, dude, you said they're going to win 4-1. You could just bet all the games. They're plus 900. I mean, like.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I could be proven wrong, but I'm thinking 4-1 is what's going to happen. So.
I mean, they got one. You know what I'm saying? That's the only game I'm betting on. I bet on 2 games, 1-on-1.
There you go.
900.
There you go.
But the Seattle game tonight, I think Indians are going to go 10-7.
Yeah, Seattle's 107. It's very possible.
Yeah, they're talking about Russell Wilson's $107 million contract.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
I got to look that up. I got to look that up. But yeah, I know Seattle's 107. So that's what we were talking about. The Indians had a real riddle to win yesterday, and if they did, they'd probably win today too. I got to look that up.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Did he really sign a $107 million contract? This is today, huh? Hold on. I got to see this with my own eyes. There must be something like 107. I'm not seeing this 107 here. They're like, is it the way it's structured? Guaranteed. 107 million guaranteed. There it is. Of course. And you know what 140 is? Because okay, now I get it. Because Seattle's in Washington State, right? So Washington's 140, and then Seattle's 107. Oh God, I don't think these guys really get this money. So. Okay. Anyway, Yankees, Red Sox, the danger in this game is, man, New York and 39, it's the number. For people who are new here, New York and 39, it's just everything. The first governor, his name's George Clinton. George and Clinton both equal 39. New York equals 39. Empire equals 39. NY equals 39. NYC equals 39. The state was established on a date with 39 numerology. The United Nations is there. That's 39 floors tall. Every year, on the 39th week of the year, they have their major meeting at the UN in New York. The World's Fair was there in 39. Every New York Super Bowl comes back to 39 and a million more things. So the New York 39 riddles have already burned us a few times this year. So it's like weird. The New York 39 riddles aren't hitting this year with the Yankees. And I mean, it doesn't mean it's not going to hit today. It could. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But New York does also equal 48 when you take into account the master numerology of K. So 48 is a New York number. It's just it's not as ritualistic as 39. It's just like last year. What's his name? Barkley, the Giants running back. His first carry was for 39 yards. His first NFL touch. It was in the preseason, but the first carry for 39 yards. G-Min's 39. It's just such a dangerous number with New York. Like, it helped us pick a lot of Knicks games right this year. Both Lakers losses to the Knicks were 39 rituals. So anyway, the 39 screams out, but we did see that the overlap number is 37. Yankees is 37. Sale's 37. Sale has a sub-2 ERA against the Yankees for his career. he could stay at 65 losses. New York Yankees is 65. But then we saw in his splits, right now he's 6-4 against the Yankees, which means he could become 6-5. He could also become 7-4. And New York Yankees, if you use the rule, is 65 as well as 74. So this game is dangerous. If I had to pick, I would choose the Red Sox just barely. And if there's a spread, I'd even take the points. To me, anytime you can get points, it's a more conservative bet. You don't make as much, but I always just think that's the better way to bet. Just because then if you lose on a close game, you can still cover and win that way. All right, Pirates and Tigers. Let's look at this one. Pirates and Tigers. So Pirates got the 34-43 connection. I see the Tigers could become 4-3. Also 8-8. So Pirates is also 88. So if the Tigers lost, they'd have a perfect record against the Pirates. 8-8 and 4-3. So that's something to definitely consider. There's not something we're overlooking here. Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh. All right. And Detroit. If Detroit lost 2 in a row, they'd be 4-4. Detroit's 44. It could be 4-4 at home with 2 losses in a row. Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers. All right, let's look at the pitchers, see if we can get some overlap here. Joe Musgrove and Matthew Boyd. Musgrove. Joe Musgrove, 7-8. Matthew Boyd was the name of my typing teacher back in middle school. Oh, man. That guy was hard on us. Matthew Boyd. Well, I'm not seeing any other numbers screaming out here. So far, just the 88 and 43, and the possibility of the Tigers falling to 4-4 at home by losing 2 in a row. Oh, so they got 2 against the Pirates. So they could lose these 2 games. Then they'd play Chicago. Chicago's got that 44 connection as well. So they could go into that series 4-4 against Chicago. How about who do the Pirates play? Pirates got the Giants. The Pirates won 2 in a row. They'd be 10-6. Wait, let me make sure there wasn't some no, it's not. Notice Detroit Tigers is 83, like Detroit, Michigan on the 83rd meridian. Hosting the Giants. Just want to see if there's some connection to 106 with the Giants. Giants. No. San Francisco Giants. All right, let's check their stats. 18 and 22, 1-1 with the Pirate. No. He's 7 and 10 with the Pirates. 18 and 22. So my only concern about that is he could get his 23rd career loss, Musgrove. Again, Detroit Tigers is 83, Detroit Michigan's 83, 83. Michigan's on the 83rd, or Detroit Michigan's on the 83rd meridian. That's the 23rd prime number. So the coordinate is there for the 23rd loss. That's a little bit more abstract thought, though. Let's see his splits. See if he's ever faced this team before. Tigers. No decision. He has a 9 ERA. He's only pitched 1 inning against this team. So it must have been like a middle reliever or something. All right, so that's not a lot to go off of. And Matthew Boyd. Pirates. He's 0-2 against the Pirates, plus 10 ERA. Looks like he faced him 1 game and got blown up. But not a lot of history to go off of. What about Comerica Park? Comerica Park, 76 like Pittsburgh. 211, the 47th prime. Pirates, 47. Let's run that Gematria Musgrove one more time. Musgrove. Boyd. Boyd. So what we saw was Pirates was 88 and 43. To me, that's the best clue to go off of in this game. And if the Tigers did lose 2 in a row, they would be 4 and 4 at home. And again, Detroit's 44. So that's the most standout riddle that I see. The only thing I could say in favor of the Tigers is just that Musgrove could get that 23rd career loss. And again, Detroit's the 83 city, 83 is the 23rd prime. So I still got to favor the Pirates with the 8 and 8 and 43 thing. There was no strong indicators. Well, okay, the only thing I could say about the Pirates winning, actually, if they became 9 and 6, is Tigers equals 42. The divisors of 42 sum to 96. So it's a little bit mathematical. But yeah, the 8 and 8 and 4 and 3 thing's hard to overlook. All right, so Washington, D.C. is on their magic number, 7 and 7. D.C. on the 77th meridian. They're a big favorite in this game. If the Giants lost, notice they'd be 7 and 11, kind of like the prime factors of 77. So that's standing out a little bit there. Let's see. Nationals. Oops. Nationals. There we go. Washington Nationals. If they won 3 in a row, they could get to 10 and 7. Let's see how many game series we're playing here. Nationals. Nationals, Marlins. They got the Marlins next. Okay, so it's a 3-game series. If they did sweep them, they could make their record that. If the Nationals won 3 in a row, they'd also be 6 and 5 at home. Washington, D.C. equals 56 and 65. So they could also win 2 and lose 1. So that's something to keep in mind. Giants. Giants are 2 and 5. 3 and 4 connection. San Francisco. Okay, there's nothing screaming out there. Nationals Park. Washington. All right, let's see the Gematria, the pitchers here. Rodriguez and Strasburg. Yes. Spelled his first name funny, Derek. Derek, 9 and 7, 37. Strasburg. Steven Strasburg. All right, nothing screaming. All right, Rodriguez is 7 and 6. Well, that's very interesting. So he could become 7 and 7 in the land of 77. Again, DC on the 77th meridian, always big numbers in that city. So he could become 7 and 7. That really stands out. And let's check his splits real quick. Nationals. Oh, wow, he got destroyed by the Nationals once in his career. All right, so just brief appearance. Didn't do well against the Nationals in the past. Let's see Strasburg here. 95 and 52. The only concern I could say there is if he got his 53rd loss, that's the 16th prime number. It is the 16th of the month. Strasburg's got that 53 connection too. Let's check his splits. Three and 3. If he won, he'd be 4 and 3. Giants, though, has that gematria of 34. DC is 4-3, kind of like how the Washington Capitals won the championship in their 43rd season. D's the 4th letter, C's the 3rd. Strasburg's the biggest scare in this game, though. Just the fact that he could pick up his 53rd loss on the 16th, and he could become 3 and 4 against the Giants. It's like historically he hasn't pitched very well against them. Washington's the big favorite. But 7 and 11, the prime factors of 77. This pitcher becoming 7 and 7, that is hard to overlook. If the Nationals won 2 in a row, they'd be 9 and 7, like 97, the 25th prime. Giants is 25 as well. Many game, 3-game series here. We also saw that if the Nationals swept, they could get to 10 and 7, and Washington Nationals is 107. The Giants play next. Well, let me see if there's something with the Marlins. Marlins is who they got next. Florida Marlins. Any clue there? Marlins. Marlins is 8 and 6. No, that couldn't be. All right. Man, Strasburg's stats are conflicting, but just based on the history of DC in '77, what's up, caller?
Hey, this Zach?
Yes, it is.
Zach, this is Scott. Hey, I just signed up yesterday. I live over in Enumclaw, Washington. I'm a neighbor of yours.
Well, we used to be. Now I live in the middle of the state, so I'm not as close to you as I used to be. Are you on the Patreon?
Right, okay.
Are you on the Patreon right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And are you able to get into the live stream?
I'm watching the live stream right now.
Okay, great.
So, but I just wanted to introduce myself, and then I've got your number. I'm new at this, and I've just been watching you for the last like 5-6 months, and I finally decided to do it.
Well, very cool. Thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no kidding. And now, so I'll go ahead and watch it then today, and then you'll kind of lead us through on what to. And I wanted to know, Zach, I'm kind of ignorant at this. Do you know how do you place a bet and everything?
Well, we're in Washington State, so you got to be careful because it's illegal here. But there are websites. There's websites.
It's illegal?
It's illegal in Washington State to bet online. People do it, but I mean, just beware that Washington State has the strictest laws against online gambling so far.
Can I go somewhere then and do it to be legal?
Again, here's what I'll say. A lot of people gamble in Washington online, even though it's illegal, and certain websites will accept. So you're going to want to check around and see, because some of the websites will just block you because they'll recognize that you're a Washington resident.
Right.
But none of the casinos here in Washington State do sports gambling. So you're going to
not even the Indian ones.
Well, last time I checked, no. You can make a phone call and see if anything's changed recently, but we're in a bad state, so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to check into that right away, huh?
Yeah. There's also bookies around and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people that gamble on sports in Washington State, but we're in the wrong state, so you're gonna have to want to look around. And technically, I probably shouldn't be giving out illegal advice, on this.
Well,
so.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to hold you to nothing. I mean, I appreciate the information you give me.
Sure, you're very welcome. All right, man. Well, good luck, and again, I really appreciate you supporting.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to be around, so I'm on board. I'll probably be getting the book from you. I just joined the Patreon yesterday.
Well, scroll down the page. You can download the book for free now that you're on Patreon. Just scroll down a few posts. You'll see the link to download the book. So.
Oh, okay, I'll do it.
All right.
I'll get on things. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You take care.
You too.
All right, see you. Yeah, for all you guys who signed up, just scroll down the page a little bit. The front page when you log in, and the book downloads there. You don't have to spend the money on the book too. You already got it. So anyway, this Giants-Nationals game, I got to give the edge to the Nationals. Man, they're a big favorite. They're probably not worth the risk in light of the fact of Strasburg, the fact that he could pick up his 53rd career loss on the 16th. That's the big danger. But I still do expect that the Nationals will win because 77 is the number in DC. We saw that this pitcher can go 7-7. Plus, that would make their record 7-11. The prime factor is a 77. If Nationals win today, I think they'll be in good shape to win tomorrow. So that's the thing to keep in mind for this game, because then they would become 9-7 against the Giants. 97 is the 25th prime, Giants 25. And then if they do win tomorrow and win today, probably in good shape to become 10-7 because Washington Nationals is 107. Okay, so Mets, Phillies. All right, we have the game in Philadelphia, the land of prophecy. Prophecy's 106. It's the 106th day of the year. Plus, Philadelphia Phillies is also 106. So notice with a Phillies win, they're 10-6. And let me just put that up here. Philadelphia Phillies 106. That's this is hard to imagine not happening. Let's see, we got another call. Caller?
Yeah, man, it seemed like you were wrapping up on Giants and Nationals, so I figured I'd call in about why I think the Mets lost. The Mets won against the Phillies. And I have it here in my group chat that I asked you to come into that you're in on Instagram. And I also have another thing that's very interesting that I found out happened on Instagram as well in relation to Tiger Woods, the Kenny Griffith Jr. Grand Slam riddle there. And let me just scroll up real quick. Got a couple things. Hopefully I could read fast because it is like a little paragraph here. So I said, Mets beating Phillies last night with the 118 connections because, by the way, the odds were minus 118. I was like, go figure, man. As well as a connection to 105th day of the year, potentially becoming 10-5, didn't work out. But as my friend puts it on here, I added his name. We said something called the Sepentary Sports Secret in relation to how Sepentary reveals a lot about some of these games too, and how important that cipher is. And I said it came through yet again stronger than the other riddles, simply because of these 106s my friend put together. Because Notre Dame Cathedral, Paris, France, that whole phrase equals 106. Notre Dame Cathedral, Paris, fire equals 106. Okay? There was also another fire that happened. Let me go to a place that's a little quieter, sorry. Because I'm in my school cafeteria right now.
Okay.
So those phrases there equal 106. And what else was I just going to say? Okay, from 7/14/2016 to 4/15/2019. I guess that's an important date, 7/14. I can't think of it right now. That was 1,006 days. So, okay, I remember what I was going to say. There was also a New York fire. I don't know if you've seen that there was a New York fire the day before that fire. And the New York Mets won, right? So, of course, you know, Prophecy's 106. So now I'm thinking with the Sixers, you know, that 106 and the 121 really comes through for these Philadelphia teams. And the Warriors being 121, I really see them in the finals. The NBA Finals equals 111, English Ordinal. They lost the first game, 111. So, yeah, let me just make sure. Okay, and I also said the prefix of Phillies is like the pH in phosphorus, like fire or phoenix, you know. Their collected score was 7 + 6 = 13. 13, the number of rebirths. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but Trump was also in Burnsville. Did you know Trump was in Burnsville, Minnesota yesterday?
Yes.
Then Bernie on the on tax day, Bernie was around. was in the news. About
I think he was in Pittsburgh too, the still town.
Say again?
I think he was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So the next thing real quickly, just in relation to Warriors and Sixers, Warriors blow a 31-point lead on the 1,031st day after blowing a 3-1 lead in the finals. They scored 131, championship equals 131. And you know how it is, man. Once you get into the code and, you know, you got a good internet friend like yourself that just absolutely goes to town, you know, you could just keep going. So I'm gonna stop it there. I will say one more thing. The iPet Goat 2 video actually predictive programmed the Notre Dame fire.
Yeah, at the 6-minute mark, the spire collapsing. I saw that.
Yeah, I'll send a text. I mean, I put together a nice little collage photo there. But yeah, once again, dude, Warriors got that one loss. I like what that one guy said. So now, if the Sixers go 4-2, I win another like $10,000 because I put like $1,000 bet on it. So hopefully your series picks come through, and I'll let you get back.
All right, appreciate it, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Welcome. What's up, caller?
Hey, Zach, this is Scott again. I just from Enumclaw, Washington.
Yes.
Yeah, I just called with them up to shoot the casino, and they do horse.
Yeah, that last time I checked, they didn't do the sports gambling. That's too bad. But they do horses, right? Local horse races.
Yeah, they'll do horses, and they have the, you know, down in Auburn, they have the
right, Emerald Downs. Yeah.
Yeah, Emerald Downs. Okay, so is there what can you kind of give me any more suggestions? I mean, there's got to be some way to do this legally, like can I do it in another state or something? And what do you guys
Well,
do?
you can fly to Vegas if you want to make a bet on something that you really like. I mean, it's not cheap or it's not expensive to fly to Vegas, but I mean, it takes the time. So the websites that are available out there, I encourage you to check them out and see which one isn't blocked because some of them aren't blocked. So
Okay, is there a couple of them? Do you have an email address? How do I contact you besides this number? Just this number?
this is probably the best way to contact me. Yeah.
Okay, and then is there a couple names of what would I do? Just go online, look under Google?
Right. So check like websites like Five Dimes and Bovada, and there's a few other ones out there. So.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you can call me back later for more help, but I just want to keep it moving. Otherwise, I'll never get through the decode.
Okay, I got you, brother.
All right, thanks,
I'll call
man.
you back later because and just kind of keep me in mind if you can give me if you have any info to it. When I do, maybe you can let me know and I'll update it.
All right, will do. All right, you take care, man. Thanks.
Jack.
All right, bye. All right, so I'm seeing right here that the Mets and Phillies home and away record is screwed up too. See, MLB.com has the Phillies at 6-4 at home. ESPN has it at 6-3. So I don't know what ESPN's deal is. I almost feel like they're doing this to fuck with us. This is weird. So what scares me about that is if Philadelphia did lose today, they'd be 6-5 at home, and Philadelphia is 65 in the most pure cipher, and Philadelphia is established on the day, leaving 65 days left in the year. That would also make them 9-7 on the season, and Philadelphia is 97. So hold on, we're gonna have to look at this. It is the 106th day of the year, and that's a big number in Philly. But seeing that they can become 6-5 at home and not 6-4 changes things. Okay. Citizens Bank Park. I'm not seeing anything there with that. Let's see. Mets. New York. Mets. Notice the Phillies are 115 again. They have that line yesterday too. Philadelphia Phillies also 115. Please. Philadelphia Phillies. All right, let's see the picture if we got any overlap with the names. Mott's. Caller?
Hey, Zach, what's up? It's CT. I just wanted to say for the guy who called in from Washington who was asking for sports betting sites, there are a lot, but I'd say don't use MyBookie. That's a very popular site, but they're known to lie about the rollover requirements. They'll tell you like two different answers. They might tell you like $1,000 one day and $20,000 the very next day. So it's almost impossible to get your money back. Bet Online's pretty good, I think. The only problem is that they make you wait 21 days after you first deposit to like get your money. So my Tiger Woods money I can't get for like another 2 weeks. Bovada is pretty good too, and there's this new site called XBet, which I really like. They get your payouts done pretty fast, so that's all.
Well, good advice. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'd probably recommend XBet or Bet Online.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
All right, take care. Pivot. All right, let's see the stats here for these guys. Oops, hold on. So Mott's is 21-26. That doesn't go with our date. You know, when I was talking about how the Pirates pitcher could pick up his 23rd loss in Detroit, I forgot to mention that we do have 23-date numerology too. So that is another danger. You could get that 23rd loss on the 23-date. That makes that one tight. All right, Mott's, let's see. 21, 26. All right, how about his splits? Oh, and 2 against the Phillies. Not a bad ERA. Still looking for that first win. And Pavetta. Pavetta 16 and 25. He could stay at 16 losses on the 16th. If he lost, he'd get his 26th loss in Philadelphia. Philadelphia 101, the 26th prime. Let's see here. Splits. Giants. Okay. 1-1 against the Giants. 3 ERA. Not a lot of history to go off of either. What's up, caller?
Yeah, what's that? Man, I've been looking at these numbers on this little Vegas Insider, and for the 3 games you decoded, it's got the same numbers on them. And I've been trying to see what's up with this. Like I showed you before with the with how much money get bet on the game, but now what I'm thinking about is this the actual like rotation number. So if you can like pull it up and I can show you what I'm talking about.
Okay. Somebody said the Vegas Insider is just tracking one certain website's numbers.
No, because this is all. If you go to Vegas, this is the same numbers they put up. One thing about baseball, Zach, is real weird. It's really in all sports because basketball and NBA, it seems like the rotation number starts at 500, but in baseball, it starts with 9. Every game is 900 something. And you know, 9, when you add it and stuff, it kind of like, it's a weird number. 9 is like a special number when you add it and multiply it. And
right,
stuff.
right.
So baseball is real strange, man. It starts at 9, but I've been watching this, and I know you got a brain. So if you go to MLB and then go to scores.
I'm on it. I got it up.
Okay. So you see, okay, so in the numerology, when you break down all your numbers, you get one number. So it's like, that's the way that I feel like that you can learn something out of, or it's a pattern in there, because like the 6s might win one day, the 2 might lose, the 9 might. It's all kind of crazy stuff. But the rotation number that I'm talking about, the 16 with Philadelphia. If you add all their numbers up, they rotation, you get 16. Then you just said the Washington game with the Philadelphia, that's a 53. And then I think the New York game was a 65. And it's no coincidence, like they 965, 953. And then if you add Philadelphia up, you get 16. And then you just said another 16 on this game. You feel me? Ending with the 106. So it's real crazy, man. Like, I feel like if you can look at this every day and kind of like think of a pattern what they might be doing, because I can look at this all day knowing that they doing something, but I just can't put my hands on it.
Sure. Well, you have to look at it enough until it finally makes sense. I mean, that's what I had to do when I started this. So, okay, you said to go to MLB and put up scores, right?
Yeah, I believe you're on it. So
right.
When you look at Philadelphia, you get them, I think they like 952. You see the rotation number?
Uh-huh.
And see, if you go to Biloxi, Mississippi, or you go to Vegas right now, this is the number that you got to tell them on the baseball team.
Okay.
This number follows them. Yeah, this number is like this, and it's every day they start with 900. So that's for 16. And then the Washington game, you had the 53. If you remove all the 9, and then when you go to the Yankees game, you got the 65. I remember you saying something about 65. So that's like 3 games that they got the same numbers that's relevant to the decode. So I was just trying to see if you can just look at it and see what maybe is going on with this.
Okay, so you're saying when you add 9 plus 5 plus 2, it's 16. So I see what you're saying.
Right. And then on top of that, you got certain teams that's the same thing. Because when you break the numbers all the way down, you get number 7 when you get 16. So you might, if you go through all the numbers, you might have Philly might be 7, and then you might have the Seattle Mariners number 7. And then some 7, some days both of the 7s will win. One day both. You feel me? It's just all kind of stuff going on all over the place.
Sure. Well, I'll pay attention to that and see if we can figure out a riddle there. Yeah, there's something that'll help us cue it in even more. So, yeah, it's a good observation.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, man. All right. Thanks. And here, yeah, they have the Philadelphia home record is 6-4 too. So ESPN is screwing with their home and away records this year. A lot of these games are just not right. Might even just have to stop looking at the ESPN page. But yeah, that makes the Philadelphia game though questionable because 65 is a huge number in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia, their record would be 9-7 and 6-5. Philadelphia's 97 and 65. But again, Philadelphia Phillies 106. It's the 106th day of the year. That's the prophecy number. So man, and the Mets are already at 10-6. Make sure I'm not missing something with Philadelphia Phillies. All right. The thing about taking all these phone calls is it also breaks my focus because, like, I can't remember even what I'm looking at. I mean, I appreciate all the calls, but since we have all these new people, we're getting tons of calls now. It's like, I can't even think. Okay. That's 2-2. Okay. I think there's any real big clue off that. Yeah, and I didn't see an overlap number with the pitchers. Beta. His name is 9-6. You know what I'm noticing? Something we need. Okay. You know what we're going to have to start doing? I'm noticing how many pitchers are coming in and their gematria is exactly what the team's record is that day. So with that said, what just happened? Where did my thing go? We should start looking at who's pitching the day ahead. Jeremy Halleck's. Looks like they got the day off tomorrow, though. Arrieta. Arrieta. It's not there. Zach Wheeler. Wheeler. Zach Wheeler's 117. So has me feeling that whatever happens today, the Mets record will probably be 11-7 tomorrow. And what did I just see with Arrieta? Arrieta's got the 117 tomorrow as well. So I'm thinking the Mets record tomorrow is 11-7. That doesn't exactly help us out today, but gives us a big clue. Maybe it's just smarter to watch on this game today and then tomorrow dial it in with the whatever makes it 11-7. Here, I'm going to do that for all these games that we just looked at. This has to be part of the decode too. Nathan Eovaldi's going tomorrow for this game because so far all these games have been tight today. Eovaldi. If the Red Sox won today, they'd have a chance to become 5-8 tomorrow. Notice Eovaldi's 58. Nathan's also 58. If Red Sox won today, they'd have a chance to become 5-8 tomorrow. And we were already kind of leaning that way with the Red Sox. Eovaldi, did I spell that right? Eovaldi. Okay. And was there a 38 connection there too? Yeah. 22. J.A. Happ, let's see. J.A. Happ 3-8. So if the Yankees lost 2 in a row, they could become 3-8 tomorrow at home. And notice the Yankees pitcher tomorrow's got the 38 connection, whereas Eovaldi has the 58 connection. So if the Red Sox won 2 in a row, they're 5-8, and the Yankees are 3-8. So I think that's important. We haven't even got to the Mariners game today yet, so we'll come back and look at this when we get to that game. Pirates got Trevor Williams going tomorrow. Williams. If we were talking about the Tigers falling to 8-8 today and 4-3 at home because Pirates equals 88 and 4-3. The pitcher going tomorrow is Williams, who has this 98 connection. So perhaps the Tigers could lose today and win tomorrow. Then again, they could also win today and lose tomorrow. Trevor Williams is 88, so he could be coming in facing the Tigers at 8-8. Trevor's 98, so is Williams. Okay. The only other thing to say there is if the Pirates lost today with him on the mound and they lost tomorrow, they could also fall to 8-8. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because remember, it's more likely that Detroit would be to lose 2 in a row because Detroit's 44. How about Turnbull? I'm seeing that. Ooh, Spencer Turnbull, 8-8. So if he came in tomorrow and the Pirates had lost, he'd be starting while the Tigers are 8-8. And that's what I was saying. I'm seeing a lot of pitchers as we've been doing these decodes the last few days coming in, and their name corresponds with what the record is already. So he's got the 88 connection. So Pirates 8-8, he comes in. Or Tigers 8-8, I mean. Then you got Spencer Turnbull, 88 on the mound. Facing the Pirates, 88. Okay, how about Giants Nationals? Jeff Sardine Can. Let's see. Okay. We're thinking the Giants might lose this one today. Oh, let's see. Okay, so if the Nationals won today, they'd be 8-7, and then Jeff Sardine Can, his name equals 87. So he could be facing the Nationals at 8-7. Let's see. All right, how about Jeremy Hellickson? Hellickson. Hellickson's 45. If he came in, his team could be at 4-5 with him on the mound if the Nationals won today. Strasburg, though, Strasburg, man, he worries me today with the Nationals being a big favorite. But we were talking about how the Nationals very well could win 3 in a row here because Washington Nationals is 107. But just seeing this, it gives me a little bit more confidence in the Nationals because, again, the Giants pitcher today, the guy who's pitching today, could become 7-7 in D.C., the land of 77. Again, this guy's 87. Okie dokie. All right. What other game are we looking at so far? Let me I'm sending a dude a text message real quick. It's just gonna take 1 second. Okay. All right. So looking a day ahead, things now look better for the Red Sox. We just saw why with the pitchers they got going tomorrow with the big 58 connection and tomorrow's pitcher having the big 38 connection. So Red Sox, I feel more confident in. Pirates and Tigers. Based on the pitchers going tomorrow, it's making more sense with the Pirates winning today. Making more sense with the Pirates winning today. And we just saw with the Giants and Nationals, it's making a little bit more sense with the Nationals winning today. What did I just say up here? Did I misspeak? Did I say that I like the Pirates to win and make them 8-8 and 4-3? That's what I meant to say. Because again, Pirates is 88 and 43. Giants and Nationals. Strasburg's stats today still scare me, but I mean, this pitcher's stats really scare me too. I'm going to give the edge to the Nationals after what we just looked at. And then with the Phillies and Mets, what we saw was the strong 117 connection. We saw the strong 11-7 with both pitchers tomorrow. So I'm thinking the Mets are 11-7 tomorrow. That doesn't exactly tell us what happens today, though. So, man, it's really hard to overlook this 106. That number just comes up a lot with Philadelphia sports. I won't be shocked at all if the Phillies win, but again, this record's wrong right here. So knowing that Philadelphia can fall to 6-5 at home today and 9-7, where Philadelphia equals 97 and 65, and again, the city's established on the day, leaving 65 days left in the year. That's a hard riddle to overlook too. So I think honestly, I would skip this game today, and then I think tomorrow we'll probably get a free pick. Because that 11-7 thing is looking pretty destined. Chris, I saw you calling in. I was just going to answer it, and you hung up. I don't know if you want to call back, I'll pick up. I don't know if you hung up on purpose or it only rung one time here, and then it went to missed call. Okay, Orioles and Rays. So this is what we have to do now. I'm just realizing this has to be part of the decode, looking at the picture the day ahead too. All right, here, Chris is calling back. What's up, caller?
Hey, what's up, Zach? How's it going, brother?
It's going all right, man.
Good. So the Giant game. You might have overlooked when you were doing the pictures for tomorrow, one of the guys had a 45. So if the Giants did win today and if they won tomorrow, they would be 4-5, I believe. So you might want to look that over again.
Okay. They could get to 4-5. Yeah, big baseball number there. But Giants and Nationals don't have. Okay, the pitcher had that. I'll look at that again.
Yeah. I think I don't know who it was. I think it was Samoja. One of the pitchers had a 45. So it could, because if Washington won today, there's your 45. Well, I don't know. It's there though. The 45 is there.
All right, let me put it up again real quick. Jeff Sardine can. All right, man.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Zach. You got it, brother. Bye.
Okay. Let me check that 45 that he's talking about. It was one of these two pitchers. Oh, his name's already up here. So it's not him. Hellickson. Hellickson had the 45 connection. So he could also come in with his team 4 and 5, though. And that's what I'm seeing a big pattern with that, just decoding these games each day. Pitchers having the number that's already going with the record. So you can make an argument either way. That this guy, 8 and 7. He comes in tomorrow, and the Nationals have won. They're 8 and 7. What's up, caller?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on.
Hey, I'm on right now. Hey, I'm calling from the UK. My name is Adam. I've just been listening to you there, man. I heard you yesterday on Tim Foyle with Sam Tripoli. Man, great podcast. Fucking hell. That was brilliant. Great to hear from you. You put me straight on air. So, man, I don't know what to say. Like, you put me on the spot. Ask me a question.
Well, hey, I'm doing I do a daily live stream for Sports Decoder, so I'm doing that right now.
I'm sorry, I've got to go. Right, I'll call you back, man.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, sorry, you guys. He does make a good point that pitcher does have the 45 connection. If the Giants won 2 in a row, they could be 4 and 5. But again, this guy's 87, and this guy's 45. So based on the whole reason I looked at this, because I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm starting to see a lot of pitchers come in who have the numbers of what the record already is. So we saw him. He was 87. He's 45. They could be 8 and 7 and 4 and 5. So I'm still leaning that way. Okay. But yeah, it was a great observation. I appreciate that. And I think I did point out the 45, but I wasn't looking at it from the Giants' perspective, how they could win 2 in a row. I don't see the Giants winning 2 in a row, though, here. Okay, so again, we saw that both pitchers tomorrow for the Mets and Phillies have the 117 connection. And again, the riddle's tighter than I want it to be. It's hard to go against the Phillies on the 106 thing. But yeah, I think the smart move here is just to wait and see what happens in this game, because we got riddles both ways. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to get the free pick. Whatever makes the Mets 11 and 7 tomorrow, I think is where it's at for that game. All right, Orioles and Rays. So we know that Tampa Bay's 74. This game's in Tampa Bay. Remember, the Rays have a lot of 74 connections. Or it's not Tampa Bay, it's Tampa Bay Rays that's 74. They used to be called the Devil Rays. And I think maybe Devil Rays is 74. Yeah, Devil Rays is 74 too. So Tampa Bay's 47, Tampa Bay Rays is 74. First thing jumping out, Orioles could get to 7 and 4. All of a sudden, Chris Davis is hitting again, and the Orioles are winning. If the Rays lost today, notice they'd be 5 and 3 at home. That's kind of like 53, the 16th prime. I'm liking that the Rays are a big favorite, because this could be a good play here today. Orioles could be a good play. It looks like they'd be a nice payout. So we're seeing some things line up for the Orioles. Tropicana Field is 83. I think Tampa Bay Rays is 83 as well. They also got that 83 connection. Tropicana Field. Okay, so let's see. Run all of our numbers here. Baltimore, 95. More Orioles. Hello, caller.
Oh, am I live?
Yes, you are. I'm doing a live stream right now.
Oh, I didn't want to be live, but
well, here, call me back in a few hours then, please, because I'll be on the live stream for a few hours.
Okay.
All right, thanks. I don't know if this is a form of trolling or what. There's not normally this many people who call in who aren't part of the live stream. Okay, let's see. Orioles and Rays. So I'm noticing Baltimore Orioles is 13-6. Let's see how many games this series is. What's up, Chris?
Hey, maybe a prelude was going to come. Take a look at Glasnow's ERA, and then you look at the Rays lose today. They're 5-3. Kind of interesting. And I think you just put up an 80. So if the Orioles won, they're 8-10, kind of like 80, no?
So say what's the point you're making about 8 and 10?
Yeah, so you're doing a someone that you put in there equaled 80.
Baltimore Orioles is 80.
Okay, so if they won, they're 8-10, kind of like 80. And then you got Glasnow at the 0.53 ERA. If the Rays lost at home, they're 5-3.
Okay, great observation. Great observation.
Yeah, all right, that's all.
Appreciate it. So what's standing out to me is if the Orioles won 2 out of 3 here, the Rays would be 13-6, and notice Baltimore Orioles is 136. So the Rays, if Orioles took 2 out of 3 here, the Rays would have a fitting record against the opponent, and that would make them 6-4. I'm not sure if Orioles is no. I know Baltimore's not. Okay, and let's look again from that would make the Orioles 9-11, huh? 9-11. Rays. Rays. But I'm thinking the Orioles can win 2 out of 3 here. The numbers look good today, and make sure I'm doing my math right. Yeah, so they'd be 13-6 if they lost. All right, let's see what's up with the pitchers. Dylan Bundy. Again, for those of you who are new here, just understand this takes a lot of time to decode all the games each day. You don't have to watch the full decode. You can always wait until I'm done and just skip to the end where I review all the games. But if you watch, I mean, you'll learn what the process is. And, you know, hopefully you'll be able to do it yourself. That's my goal, to teach you guys how to do this yourself. So I'm just seeing here if we got anything with the pitchers. Dylan and Bundy. Nothing screaming out there. Dylan Bundy is 41 like Baltimore. Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow. Did I see a 6-3? No. Tyler Glasnow. What would be their record again? 5-3. Glasnow is 35, like the reflection of 53. Tyler, 4-6. Okay, let's check the stats here. Dylan Bundy, 31-32. We have a 32 date numerology, so Dylan Bundy could get to 32-32 on the 32 date. That's another good sign for the Orioles. That's another thing in the Orioles wagon. He has a number of starts against this team. He's 3-4. 3-4. Not sure if there's anything with that. Rays. I don't think there's anything with that. But he can get his 32nd win on the 32 date. That's a good sign. And Glasnow. 7-16. So if he loses, he'd be 7-17. That's that prime number relationship. 17, the 7th prime. Oftentimes we'll see prime number relationships and records where it can happen. He's faced him one time, 4 innings, one run he gave up. Yeah. Man, he had 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. He was nasty against them. I don't know if that was a start or some middle relief. But Wow, this guy's nasty. 0.53 RA. So I see why Tampa Bay is this huge favorite. How is his let me come back and look at his stats again. All right, so he's just been getting nasty as of late. He didn't do anything impressive. He's just off to a great start this year. All right, let's look at who's pitching tomorrow. Let's see what's going on in tomorrow's game. Oh, we don't have a pitcher yet for the Rays. That's too bad. But we can get a clue from David Hess. David Hess. 7-3. Hold on. Did I make sure our standings were right here? Let me make sure that we're even looking at the right records. I might have forgot to do that for this one. Okay, so that's right. Okay, so it is right. David Hess. So I don't see the big clue there. Well, okay, there's one scare here. David Hess is 53, the number we're looking at in the more pure. If you use the rule, it's also 6-2. So you can make an argument either way with David Hess. So that's kind of yeah, it's not a great clue. Let's see what his stats are. 4-12. If the Rays lost, they'd be 12-5, and he'd have a chance to become 5-12. Again, I'm thinking the Orioles have a shot to win 2 games here because we saw Baltimore Orioles is 136. So if they win 2 or 3, the Rays are 13-6. I'd take the risk here. This guy's pitching lights out for Tampa Bay, but man, the numbers are there. The 74's there. The today's a good day to fall to 5-3. So we saw that this guy could get his 32nd win on the 32 date. He'd be 32-32. So I think the Orioles are worth the risk tonight. Cubs and Marlins. Now, I swear to God, all right, what? Didn't the Marlins become 3-8 yesterday? I've never seen ESPN have messed up stats before this baseball season. Where are they at? All right, what's MLB.com? What's up, man?
What's up, man? Hey, thank you for the text, man. Because I was about to put a bet in. Damn, man, this sucks, man, because I ended up taking a break real quick and looking at it. And today is 59-day numerology, and Nick Pavetta could get his 17th win of his career, 59-17 prime.
Well, they could still get it. So what I'm saying about this Phillies game is whatever happens today, I think the Mets record's 11-7 tomorrow. We looked at the starting pitchers tomorrow. Both of them have the 117 connection.
Yeah.
The scare for Philadelphia is if they lost today, they'd be 9-7 overall and 6-5 at home. Philadelphia's 97-65, and the city was established on the day, leaving 65 days left in the year. So,
Right.
But I think tomorrow we'll get a free pick in this series because I expect the Mets to be 11-7 tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, man. I appreciate that too, man. Saving some money.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll finish listening to it a little bit.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, take care. Yeah, this morning when I first looked at this, this morning the ESPN had this stat wrong too. They had the Mets at 10-5 and the Phillies at 9-6. So I was like, wow, both teams can become 106 on the 106th day. But then they updated this. So anyway, I don't know what's going on with ESPN and their page. So we have to double verify everything here. The Orioles Rays stats are correct though. We just saw that. Okay, so Cubs Marlins. This is screwed up right here. The Marlins are now 3-8. We called this yesterday, them becoming 3-8. And here it is right here. Marlins are 3-8 at home. Cubs are 3-7 away. So both of these are screwed up. Neither of these got updated. That means today the Cubs could fall to 3-8. Because again, Florida 38. They used to be the Florida Marlins. They started their season 3-8. Let me just see if this page right here has the home and away records. I can just close the ESPN page. Doesn't have the home and away, though. All right, we'll just do it this way. So, again, beware of this. ESPN's baseball stats are all screwed up, and they have screwed us a couple times this year. I mean, it was my fault for not figuring out that the records were off, but yeah, this is really interesting. All right, so let's see here. Marlins 4-9. How many games do we have here? All right, we got 2 more games. So wouldn't it make a lot of sense for the Marlins record to be 4-9 at the end of this series? Right now it's really 3-8. So if they win one and lose one in the next 2, they're 4-9. And for the Cubs, let's see, what can they be? The Cubs couldn't do that. But there's rhyme and reason to the Marlins being 4-9 at home. Okay. Let's see. Marlins. Miami Marlins. Here. Okay. And Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs. 3. All right. So again, remember the Cubs could fall to 3-8 today. So far, that's the most interesting riddle I see. Jose Quintana. 34, 47, 97. Jose Quintana. Again, what's the Cubs record right now? The Cubs are 3-7 away. They could get to 4-7 with a win. That would make Miami 3-9 at home. All right, I'm seeing Jose Quintana's 47 in the most pure cipher. He could get his team to 4-7, so that's important. Look at that one more time. Quintana's 47 and Jose Quintana's 47. So he can get his team to 4-7. Okay. So that changes things. Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez 4-8. Now Florida's 3-8 right now, so this makes things tough because if they won, they'd get to 4-8. Lopez 74. The reflection. Let's see the stats. Quintana 71 and 69. Didn't I just see a 70 somewhere on the board? Florida Marlins is 70. He could get his 70th loss against the Marlins, Quintana could. Okay, that's important. Doesn't have to be that way, kind of like how Trevor Cahill didn't pick up his 82nd win against the Rangers. It doesn't have to be that way. Florida Marlins is also 79. That was something I was overlooking because the Cubs could get to 79. All right, I was overlooking that. Oh, no, I'm screwing up, though. They're not the Florida Marlins anymore. They're the Miami Marlins. But I still think the Florida Marlins riddles might be carrying. What's up, Chris?
Okay, Zach, they're not called Florida, Miami.
Yeah, I just said that, but I still think I still think the old names carry, just like why they started the season 3-8, and the Cubs just made them 3-8 at home. But yeah.
Okay, I dig it. Okay, just wanted. Okay, got it. Cool.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
See it. Okay, but yeah, they are the Miami Marlins. So, all right, what's up with the splits here? Career. 1-1 against the Marlins, +5 ERA, so he hasn't done the greatest against the Marlins, but still not a lot of history. Pablo Lopez. Okay, so this guy's 3-6, which is interesting. If he lost today, he'd be 3-7. Chicago's 37. But Chicago's also 46, so actually that can go either way. So that's not a clear thing. 4-6, 3-7, both big numbers in Chicago. All right, looks like he's never faced the Cubs before. He has not. All right, let's see tomorrow. Who do we got going tomorrow? Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara 71, 64. All right, we got to remember these stats are screwed up because right now the Cubs are 3-7 away and the Marlins are 3-8 at home. Okay. Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara. 13-4. Don't see it. Hamels. Seven. Hamels. If the Cubs lost today and tomorrow, they'd be 3-9. If they split the next two, they could be 4-8. So it's tough. Hamels. 158 wins, 114 losses. Alcantara. Three and 4. Man, Chicago's 35, man, 44. That could go either way. This game's tough here today. This is a tough one. Again, if the Cubs lose, they're 3-8 in Florida. Florida 38. Again, the Marlins began the year 3-8. They're 3-8 right now at home. And The one thing that we saw is if the Cubs won, though, what went in their favor was Jose Quintana. Quintana's 47 and Jose Quintana's 47. The Cubs would be 4-7 away with a win today. So, yep.
Hamels is 58, I believe, 5'8". So if the Marlins won today and tomorrow, that would match up to Hamels, correct?
That is true. If they won 2 in a row, they would be 5-8. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Okay. Just wanted to point that out.
All right, good job.
This seems like a tough game.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Yeah, maybe 2.5 runs with the underdog might be safe, because usually these tough games are really close.
This is true. This is true. Let me check the name of the stadium real quick and see if we can get one more clue.
Yeah.
Marlins.
Cool. All right, Zach. Later, man.
Thanks. Cole Hamels is tough, though. I mean, can the Marlins win 2 in a row? It's possible. You know, if the Marlins did win 2 in a row, their record would be 6-13. You'd have the prime number relationship. 13 is the 6th prime. I'd probably lay low on this game. I'd lay low. If you want to take the underdog with the points, that's probably the strategy I would have for this game, because the Marlins could very well lose, but maybe they'll cover. Marlins, if they win, then you win the bet. It's just tough with this guy having the double 47 connection and the fact that the Cubs could become 4-7 away. So Florida Marlins, the old team name is 79. I mean, that's another thought. Sometimes I think the old team name tradition carries as well as part of the riddle, just like the Florida 38 connections. So tough one there. All right, Diamondbacks and Braves. So we called the Braves series good coming into this series 9-6. Diamondbacks is 9-6. Now, if I remember right, Atlanta Braves has an 89 connection. Let's see. Atlanta Braves. Or whoops, I typed it wrong. Yeah, Atlanta Braves has this 89 connection. So we were talking about this, the possibility of the Diamondbacks getting on a little win streak and becoming 8-9 against the Braves here. That would make them 4-4 in Georgia. Georgia's 44. Forget if there's a 97 thing going on. Atlanta Braves. Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks. Doesn't look like there's any 99 thing. Okay. If the Braves did win today, they would get to 8-3, kind of like 83, the 23rd prime on the 23 date. They'd also get to 10-6 on the 106th day of the year. So these are other things to consider. Atlanta, -137, the 33rd prime. Both teams from the 33rd parallel. What's up, man?
Zach, stick what you're doing. 89 is follow this. Arizona wins today, 89. You already did Braves or Atlanta Braves equals 107. So then they win tomorrow, and then I think I see 11-7 and a 1-1-7. So then they win the next game as well. So they win 2 out of 3 against Arizona, but they lose today.
Who loses today?
Braves, but then they win the next 2. It's all there. It's all in the numbers that you just did.
Okay, but still, it could go in a different pattern. It could go.
No. Watch, you'll see. There's the 89. Okay, so Atlanta Braves is 89. So then the Diamondbacks win today, 8-9. So that drops the Braves to 9-7. Now go back to the Gematria calculator, please.
Yeah, it's up. You're behind me by 5 seconds at least.
Oh, okay, got it. So then you got your 107. Braves win the next game, which is 10-7, and then put in Arizona Diamondbacks.
And it's got the 117 thing?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this before this series even came around.
Yeah, so I think that in order for the pattern to happen, that's how it has to go. But I guess when you do the pictures today and tomorrow and the records, hopefully we'll have more clarity.
There's some other things up there, though, because Arizona Diamondbacks is 99 as well. I mean, if they won 2 in a row, they'd be 9-9.
Oh, that's right.
So, again, the scare today is it's the 106th day of the year. If the Braves won, they would be 10-6. And they would also be 8-3. 83 is the 23rd prime. We have 23 days. I'm gonna look more at this, but so
sure.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, good thing you slowed me down.
All right.
Zach.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it, man. Okay. So Robbie Ray and Max Fried. Let's see. Robbie Ray. Give me a big clue. Robbie Ray. I know Ray's 44. Ray's 44. So he could get his team to 4-4. Georgia's 44. So there's that. Georgia's also 37. Georgia's 44 and 37, like Ray. Fried. Going with anything. Max Fried. Max Fried 44. How about that? So we got some overlap with the 44. Both pitchers. Georgia. Atlanta Braves 89. So we got a little riddle. Cumberland, Georgia. Let me check that gematria on Cumberland again. Cumberland, GA, Georgia. It's got the 83 thing too. Again, 83 is the 23rd prime. It's got the 9 and 7 thing. Oh, that could go either way. Braves could become 9 and 7 or 8 and 3. It's tough. Okay, let's look at the stats. Robbie Ray. 35 and 39. That doesn't go with our date. There's not something there with 40. Braves is 40. Could get his 40th loss against the Braves. Georgia. And in Georgia, 59, the 17th prime. We got the 59 date. 17, the 7th prime. Max Fried. He's 4 and 5. I know there was a 46 up here on the board. I saw it. Atlanta Braves 46. He could become 4 and 6. Phoenix is another 46. They're not the Phoenix Diamondbacks, but they do play in Phoenix. How many games is this series? 1, 2, 3. I do think it's very possible that the Braves are 2 and 1. That's a little bit more pure than this 99 thing. I think that's the more likely outcome. Braves at home looking like the better team. So, I mean, conservative strategy could just be to bet the Braves each day and probably win 2 out of 3 bets. But in case of today's game, there's a lot of riddles pointing to the fact that the Diamondbacks, this could be the game the Diamondbacks win. Because we got that overlap with the 44. I didn't check the splits. Get the splits here. We'll look at tomorrow's pitchers too. Get all the clues we can. Braves. On here. Oh, I typed in the wrong thing. I need Diamondbacks. You never faced the Diamondbacks? So never faced this team. All right, now we need Robbie Ray. Ray. So neither of these guys have faced each other, faced the teams. Or wait, I typed in the wrong thing. We're going against the Braves. Oh, never mind. He's 0-2 against the Braves. 0-2. So not a lot of. He has a decent ERA. All right, let's see tomorrow's pitchers. All right, let's see. Zach Godley and Kevin Guzman. Hold on. Did I make sure that our home and away stats are right for this game? 7-3. 3-4. So I think that is right. All right. Zach Godley. For Zach Godley. At that 44 connection, he could be coming in with his team 4-4 away. That was the big connection with the pitchers today. Okay, so there's that. And then Gosman. Team B, they'd be 7-4. Kevin Gosman. I know the name Kevin is 74. If they lost, he'd be coming in with his team 7-4 tomorrow. Oh, Kevin Gosman also has the 74 connection. How about that? 88. I think the Diamondbacks got some numbers today. They're the underdog, so you can take the spread with them. And man, I just hate to be wrong about the Diamondbacks because I do think this series will be probably 11-7 at the end by the Braves. 11-7 record by the end. I mean, that's the other thing you can do with these games. You don't have to bet on every game. You can watch and see, and if you get to that number that we're watching for the series, that can be essentially your free pick for the series, your high percentage pick. So we saw that Cumberland, Georgia, where they play, has the 97 and the 83 connection. That's too bad that that went both ways. The thing about 83 is it's the 23rd prime. But I would take the Diamondbacks with the runs. So I'd take that cushion. Did we do the ballpark name? SunTrust Park. 45. So if, say, the Diamondbacks won today and lost tomorrow, they'd be 4-5. Again, we saw a lot of overlap on 44. So we saw today's pitchers connecting to 44. We know Georgia's 44. We saw tomorrow's pitcher has the 44 connection. And the Braves pitcher tomorrow has the 74 connection. He could be coming in with the Braves at 7-4. So I take the Diamondbacks with the cushion there. All right. Brewers. I know that home and away record's not right. Milwaukee's 6-2 at home. And Cardinals, the Cardinals, 4-5 away. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Milwaukee is 46. Yeah, so they could become 4-6 away, the Cardinals. It is just amazing to me that ESPN's records are so bad. I've never seen their records off. It doesn't even make sense. Okay. So the Brewers going for 7-2 or 6-3. All right, Cardinals. They could become 6-3. The Brewers could. That's one thing to consider. With a loss, they'd be 6-3 at home. What's up, man?
Just a quick fun fact with regards to ESPN and live in-game. So on one of my accounts, there's been plenty of times during a hockey game when I'm thinking that it's the third period, and according to ESPN, and then once I go in-game, it's actually the second period.
Huh.
So it's been crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, they're kind of known for that. This year anyway, it's happened a lot. So you're thinking you got a lead and you're about to win the game, but you've got one more period to go.
Funny. All right, good to know.
Figure I mentioned that one. Okay, Zach.
Okay, Cardinals and Brewers. Let's see if we can get some great stat here. St. Louis Cardinals. Lewis, seeing it. Lewis 1.5. Right. And the Cardinals are actually 4-5. Remember that. Wisconsin's 55. That's the one thing that could go for the Cardinals if they won. They'd be 5-5 in Wisconsin. All right. Milwaukee 89, 97. I know Brewers is 99. Milwaukee Brewers 98. So if the Cardinals lost today, they'd be 9-8, and if they lost 2 in a row, they'd be 9-9. Brewers is 99. That would make the Cardinals 4-7. What's up, man?
Look at all that 47. It's all over there. I think you had put on one of the teams on chooses 47. It's like 4 of them. So if the Cardinals got swept, wouldn't they be 4-7 at the end of the day?
Yep, they would be 4-7. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, they would be 4-7.
It's looking like this is pretty well, maybe not a lot, but I mean, pretty good. Let's see the pictures, all right?
It's St. Louis that has the 47 connection.
St. Louis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Okay. All right.
Pretty strong. Yeah, all right. So let's see the pictures. Maybe we got something.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yo.
Okay, so if the Cardinals lose 2 in a row, they're 9-9. We saw Milwaukee Brewers is 98, Brewers is 99, St. Louis is 47. That would make the Brewers 8-2. And what's interesting about that is it's Milwaukee Brewers, I believe, that's 82. Just like Seattle's 82, and they're originally from Seattle. That would make the Brewers 13-6 as well. All right, let's see what's up with the pitchers. But yeah, this is looking like the Brewers could get it done here against the Cardinals. 8. 40, 41, 49, 58, 67. Okay. Brandon Woodruff, 77. Woodruff, 45, 36, 108. Seven. All right, let's see the stats here. He's 9-11. I don't think there's any real big clue there with that. His splits with Milwaukee. 1-1. Sub-4 ERA, not bad. Woodruff. Cardinals 1-0. So he's pitched pretty solid against them. Not a lot. He must have been a middle reliever before. It's interesting that Milwaukee's line is that. Their record could become 11-7. But again, Milwaukee Brewers 98, Brewers 99, St. Louis being 4-7 away. The Brewers being 8-2 at home. All of these riddles seem pretty good. Let's check out tomorrow. See if we can get some icing on the cake. Michael Wacha. Oh, look at that, 99. And tomorrow they could become 9-9 against the Brewers. So that's a big deal, I would say. I'd say that's a nice little clue there. Corbin Burns. Burns. Not seen any killer clues there. But yeah, the fact that this guy's 99 and the Cardinals, if they lose 2 in a row, are 9-9 against the Brewers, I'm thinking that's a good sign. So I'm digging the Brewers here for the sweep. Okay, Royals and White Sox. Yesterday we had the White Sox winning because of today's riddle. The White Sox win today. They're 7-9. Chicago White Sox 79. This isn't updated as well. My God. If the White Sox win today, they're 3-5 at home. If anybody needs a job, maybe call up ESPN and tell them you'll keep their stat board up to date. My God. So anyway, Chicago's 35. Chicago White Sox is 79. How can it be so bad? Let's just put it up here so we can all verify that it's true. Chicago White Sox 79. Chicago 35. So just see what the White Sox schedule. So today and tomorrow, and they're done. If they swept them, they'd get to 4-5. Illinois 45, Major League 45. Right, let's see here. Keller and Giolito. Oh. Keller. Let's see anything there. Keller. Not seeing anything there. Giolito. 39. White Sox 39. First name Lucas. This. Let's see. All right, no great clues there with the pitchers. Keller's 11-7. Can fall to 11-8. Kansas City. Again, 11-7. The one thing I could say about him getting a win, to play devil's advocate, is he could get his 12th win against Chicago. Chicago's 37, the 12th prime. So that's one thing to consider. But I'm still liking the White Sox riddle better. Okay. Giolito 15. So Giolito could get his 16th win on the 16th. don't think I checked the splits for these guys. Royals. 4-0 against the Royals. He's played very well against this team. He's been pretty lights out against the Royals. So he likes playing them. And Keller. Let's see his splits against the White Sox. White Sox. There's a number of games here. 3-1. 3-1. He's pitched pretty well against the White Sox too. Okay, let's look at tomorrow's pitchers. Tomorrow. Nova and Norris. Hold on, let me make sure our stats are right here. Sox. 4. What's up, man?
Zach, you just did tomorrow's pitchers for today, for the White Sox game.
Oh, I had the. I see. Okay, good catch. Good catch.
Yeah. So just wanted.
All right.
To get that for you.
All right, okay. I'll fix that. Thanks, man.
You got it, Led.
All right, so we know who's going tomorrow. Okay, my fault. Jorge Lopez. Let's see. Jorge Lopez, 7. Four. All right. Okay. And Ronaldo. So we got Lopez versus Lopez. That's interesting. Let me look at that name Lopez one more time. Lopez. Anything with that? 43. All right, Ronaldo Lopez. Ronaldo Lopez. Five and 9, 40. All right, let's get their stats up here. Jorge Lopez. 3-7. Doesn't fit. Oh. What happened? Why did the window close? Weird. All right, let's try that again. White Sox, 0-1. All right, so he doesn't have a very good ERA. Only 5 innings pitch. Let's see, Ronaldo Lopez. So he's going for his 16th win. Interesting. So we saw the other guy too. All right, his splits. Let's see how he's done against the Royals. 2-2, 5.16 ERA, so nothing impressive. And okay, let's check the pitchers again. Keller and Giolito. So does that connect now? I'm thinking about tomorrow's record. Keller. If the Cubs won today and became 3-5 at home, they'd have a chance to lose tomorrow and become 3-6 against Keller. So that's something to think about. Brad Keller. Okay. So maybe the Royals could pick one up tomorrow. And the White Sox, Giolito, let's think about that based on tomorrow could be Giolito, Lucas. Well, I don't see a great clue for him tomorrow. But I got to stick with the White Sox today because Chicago White Sox 79, Chicago 3-5. That just makes too much sense to me. And then maybe Brad Keller can get it done tomorrow. Make the White Sox 3-6 at home. So we'll look at that more carefully tomorrow. Reds and Dodgers. We still have a ton of games to get through today, don't we? My God. All right, Reds and Dodgers. So right away, what stands out with the Reds game is they can become 5-11, that prime number relationship that hits more often than not. You know what? I'm gonna fast track this game. Dodgers 11-8. That seems like a done deal to me. That's a huge number with Los Angeles. Los Angeles, California is 118. City's on the 118th meridian, and the 5-11 thing. That's a big deal too. I don't think they updated the Reds record here. I think the Reds are 0-5 on the road. So the Reds are 0-5 away. LA's 7-4 at home. I think the Dodgers are hold on, I'm on the wrong day. Hold on, my fault. That's tomorrow. But if the Dodgers are playing today, are they? I'm going to say the same thing for the Dodgers today when we get to that game. Hold on. All right, no wonder I thought we had so many games to get through. My bad. Woo! All this number focus. Sorry, yeah. Mine starts to get fried. But Rockies and Padres. Let me see what coordinates are for San Diego. All right, a little bit different than LA. Okay, they're on the 117th meridian, and look at them, 11-7. And San Diego's 43. Okay. Now, how many games do we have here? 2 left. I'm noticing that the Rockies win one and lose one. They'll have a prime number relationship. This could be the kind of game where you maybe just want to wait and see. Okay, last game of this series. I think we had a clue here. Last game of the series. Let's see what the home and away records are if it's right. Okay, Padres are 4-4 at home. Rockies is 44. That's right. We talked about this. And the Rockies are 5-7 away. 4-4 and 5-7. So this is not up to date. I'm on the right bit here. John Gray. John Gray is 57, and right now the Rockies are 5-7. That's what I see. I keep seeing these pitchers come in when the team's on the number they're on. John Gray. 6. John Gray. Okay. And Nick Martavicius. If San Diego could win 3 in a row at home, they'd be 7-4. San Diego's 7-4. See who they play next. So Rockies got the Phillies next. 3 games in a row at home's not. Especially when they're playing the Reds. 7-4 seems totally within question now. So they're 4-4. So if they won today, they'd be 5-4, and then they just need 2 against the Reds to get to 7-4. I also see the San Diego Padres starting this season 100 or 13-7 because San Diego Padres is 137. When they signed Manny Machado, it was 137 days from his birthday. And so Padres at 13-7 makes a lot of sense. And starting 7-4 at home. So I think we have a good read here with the Padres for the next 3 games. This pitcher who's pitching today, he's got that 74 connection. Obviously, they can't become 7-4 today, but they can become 12-7. And look at his name, Marjavicius, 127. So I'm digging the Padres. I think this is a team that's going to win 3 in a row. I am digging it. That would also send the Rockies into Philadelphia with a record of 5-13. And what's the number in Philadelphia? 135. So 13-5. That's a lot like 135. Okay, I think this is a good one here. San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres. Let's check the stats on these guys. Nick. So he's a young guy, 1-0. How about, so he didn't, no point in looking into splits. John Gray. He could stay at 32 wins on the 32 date, which he most likely will. And I'm not sure, did Padres have a 29 connection? No. All right, let's see his splits. Padres. This guy's at 8-3 against the Padres. He could fall to 8-4. So this guy has done well. John Gray's done well against the Padres historically. 8-3. Colorado's 83. San Diego's 3-8. So it actually makes sense why he's at that record right now. So yeah, that's like a perfect record to have against the Padres, being a pitcher for Colorado. What's up, man?
Hey, just from a betting perspective, the line for the Padre game is awfully low considering the records and the pitcher and everything.
Right.
So it might be
I'm thinking it's because of John Gray. It's because of John Gray has a good history against them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 8-3. So he's been pretty dominant against this team. But I'm still taking the Padres here. Marjavicius, 127. The Padres starting 13-7. So I'm digging that too much.
No, I got it. I know from a betting perspective, it would make me feel comfortable if the line moved up a little bit more, maybe like 120, 125 or something.
Sure. It's got to be because of John Gray's history against the Padres.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just figured I'd throw that out there because we've gotten burned a couple of times because of that issue,
Yeah. Here, let's look at tomorrow's pitchers to be sure. All right. Yeah. Good observation.
Okay. All right. Definitely.
But again, Marjavicius 127, San Diego Padres 137. Rockies going into the the Rockies the Rockies next game it was so the Rockies next game is Philly, and the 13-5 thing makes some sense there. So hold on. We'll just look at tomorrow's pitchers just to see if it goes with what their record could be. They're going to be playing different teams, though. Rockies don't play tomorrow. Oh, they both got the day off. Yeah, I'm just going to it's fine. I mean, that's a good riddle if you ask me. So and Padres, again, can get to 7-4 at home. San Diego 74. So I remember the Manny Machado signing. It was a big 137 ritual. All right, Astros are on a win streak. Let me see what the Astros winning streak is here. They have Does this site not have the streaks? Oh, here we go. The Astros, I think, are like 9 in a row. Where are they? Why do I not see them? Oh, there they are. Yep, 9-game winning streak. So big baseball number. When you add 1 through 9, 45. Major League, 45. What other kind of big streaks are going on in the MLB? Mariners on 4 straight losses. Okay, so that's the big streak, 9. 9 for the Astros. Okay, and what is the real home and away records right here? Astros 5-5, Oakland 6-4. So they actually have this one right. Now, I think Oakland, California is 74, if I'm not mistaken. Oakland, California. Okay, so it is 74. Oakland could become 7-4 at home. That would make them 11-9. Oakland Athletics, 56. The Astros could fall to 5-6 away against the Athletics. It is also 65. It's 56 in the more pure one. Oakland Athletics also 74. How about that? Athletics is 74. Well, there's a lot of reasons to believe that the Athletics are going to get to 7-4. Man, the city, the full name, Athletics 56 and 65. That can go either way. I know Marco Estrada's name equals 118. He was supposed to pitch when the Athletics had a chance to become 11-8, but that game got rained out. So Astros 92. The numerology of 92 is 11. Get that 11th win. Houston Astros. The Athletics won one and then lost the next one, they'd be 7-5 at home. Very possible. All right, Colin McHugh. Make sure I'm on the right day here. All right, we are. Colin McHugh. 66. Not seeing anything there. Get that 33 thing, though. We know 33 goes with 74. Colin McHugh, 49. Colin. And Marco Estrada. Estrada's 68. Marco Estrada's 118. Estrada. All right, let's see the stats. You. Oh, you know what? I might have screwed up when I put in Colin's name. I don't think I did it with 2 L's. Colin 65. McHugh. Colin McHugh 12-5. Shit. Well, that makes things tricky. His name's 125. 125. Astros could be 12-5. But I'll remind you, yesterday we had Trevor Bauer on the mound in the Mariners game. Trevor Bauer, 145. Mariners had a chance to become 14-5. Jackie Robinson, 145. They didn't get it. Huh. All right, hold up. His stats, though. Colin McHugh could stay at 56 wins. We saw that Athletics was 56 and Oakland Athletics was 56. He could stay at 56. He could also get his 32nd loss with the American League on the 32 date. It's 32nd loss with Houston on the 32 date as well. What about Marco Estrada? $62 and $67. Was there a 63 up here? Astros. Houston Astros. Not seeing it. Estrada's 68. I mean, he doesn't have to get it today. Well, the only thing is Oakland Athletics is also 106. So is Oakland, California, isn't it? Yeah. 106th day of the year. The only thing that's going against the Athletics is that this guy's name, Colin McHugh, equals 125. And I mean, that is a tough thing to overlook, but we saw how strong the 74 connection was. We did see that the 56-65 could go the other way. We saw that McHugh could stay at 56 wins, have his team become 5-6, and get his 32nd loss with the Astros and the American League on a 32-day. Estrada didn't really have anything screaming. I forgot to check the splits, so let me do that. Whoops, I want Astros. 2-1, 3.5 ERA. 14 games. A lot of games. That was the name McHugh's. Athletics. Wow. This guy has dominated. He's 9-1 against the Athletics. Now, I remember that Astros equals 92. But, man, that's a nasty record. 9-1. 18 games. 2.73 ERA. Man. So, if he did fall to 9-2, Astros is 92. There's not some 101 connection out here. The Astros. Oakland has that Philadelphia. The Bay Area has that Philadelphia connection. Philadelphia is a 101. It's a little abstract, though. Man. If only Colin McHugh didn't equal 125, I'd be all over the A's. But let's look at what's going on tomorrow. Let's see how many games we got here. This is a 3-game series. 2-game series. Is this new? I swear to God, before this season, I don't ever remember a 2-game series, but it seems like it's all the rage now. Baseball's all about high runs and 2-game series. Okay. All right, we got Wade Miley tomorrow. Did I verify? I think I verified that the stats were correct. Yeah, they are. All right, Miley, can you give us a clue? Well, no, that's not a clue. Miley. I don't think there's a clue there. Athletics is 97. Oakland Athletics is 97, but that's not going to go with the records tomorrow. 1-7, they can't be that. All right, the other guy is Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas, 56. Ugh, man. There's that 56-65 thing again. Athletics, Oakland Athletics, 97. Man. So that could really go either way. Tomorrow's date numerology would be 60, 33, 24, 40. Is there anything that can make sense about these series records? Who the Astros play next? The Rangers. Texas Rangers. Games on the road. Five. How about the Athletics? Blue Jays. What could be a clue there? 9. What's that? They're at home against the Blue Jays. The games is that series? Three game. I know Blue Jays have that 95 and 85 connection. If the Athletics won one and lost one, they'd go into this Blue Jays series with a home record of 8-5. Again, this isn't updated. No. Excuse me. If they won one and lost one, they'd be 7-5. So then they could become 8-5 by beating the Blue Jays in the first game. And if they beat them 2 times, they'd be 9-5. I guess you could also say the Athletics could win 2 in a row and then lose the first one against the Blue Jays. It's another possibility. But yeah, this one's tough. Here. I mean, I want to lean on the Athletics because that 9-game streak, 9 symbolizes completion, big number in baseball. It's just seeing how dominant this guy's been against the Athletics and the fact that his name equals 125, like how they could be 12-5. So we saw how huge 74 was, though, with the area. Again, there was all those connections to 74. Oakland, California, Oakland Athletics, 74. It does have the 65 connection. I mean, it's got to be considered, but Athletics is 74. God, it's also 65. I'd probably cool my Jets on this game. I'd probably just cool it because, man, that 12-5 is dangerous. So yeah, I don't think we can get a good clean pick on that based on that. And the 5-6 and 6-5 could go either way. All right, but I do like the Dodgers. Same reasons I stated. Los Angeles, California, 118th Meridian. You got the 5-11 prime thing going. Let's just finish it and do it right, just in case there's some surprise here. But 118 in LA. Remember, that's the day Los Angeles burned too, November 8th. Patriots 118. Patriots in LA. Molly. Is that all right? Let's get the right home and away stats here. All right, the Reds are 0-5 away. The Dodgers are 7-4 at home. I know Reds is 44. The divisors are 44, some to 84. Cincinnati Reds. No, that's not. Cincinnati Reds. 8-4. You got a math relationship. Again, the Reds are 0-5. So they'd be staring at 0-6. Tyler Molly. Tyler Molly. All right. Yeah. Ada. Kenta. Ada. Not seeing any real big clue there with the pitchers. This guy comes in 8 and 11. Interesting, like the LA numbers. Okay, and his splits. Dodgers. 1-0 against the Dodgers. 5 innings, no earned runs. So he had a nice appearance against them. He's got a nice ERA going this year too. And let's see what he's got going. 39 and 28. Ohio's 29. There's something I'm overlooking though, you guys. There is something I'm overlooking. Los Angeles is 109. Los Angeles is 109. So that is another relevant number to this game. If the Dodgers lost, they would be 10 and 9. But that prime number and 11-8's the bigger number with LA. Like Clippers is 118. Go look at Lakers Clippers box scores. Make sure I'm not missing something here. Los Angeles Dodgers. Missing anything? Dodger Stadium. Let's see. What's the schedule here? Two more against the Reds. And then the Brewers. Oh, yeah, then they got the Brewers again. All right, so what could their record be going back to the Brewers? The game was in Milwaukee. 41-61. All right, let's look at tomorrow's pitchers too for one more clue. Where was that game at? Oh, right here. Sonny Gray tomorrow. Gray, 51. Sonny Gray, 48. Sonny Gray. No great clue there. Bueller. He's got that 118 connection, so he could come in tomorrow pitching with his team in on a record of 11-8. We keep seeing that. The pitchers come in with the record the team's at. P-U-A. Make sure I spelled the name right. Yeah. Okay. Walker Bueller. Also 84. His team would be 8-4. Him coming in tomorrow. Again, this isn't up to date. The Dodgers are 7-4 at home right now. So Buehler came in tomorrow. He's got the 84 and 118 name. That's the record his team would be on. And that's what we've been noticing. Pitchers coming in who have the name that corresponds with the record they're already at. And again, 118, really specific number to Los Angeles. So, let's make sure there's not some connection there with the Brewers. That's who they would play after that game. Milwaukee Brewers. Okay. But yeah, I gotta go with the Dodgers there. This Sonny Gray has pitched well against the Buehler. What's up, man?
So if the Dodgers lost today, they could be going into tomorrow's game at a 7-5 record, correct? At home?
That's what they would be if they lost.
So I think you just did Walker Buehler. It also equals 75 Buehler, one of those two. So something to keep in mind.
Let's see. Okay, but he's got the 118 too.
He does. He does. Yes.
Yeah, there is a 75. That's true. So.
Yeah. Right. So I guess it's a tough game, but the 118 sounds really good. Just that 75, you know.
Yeah, it could only be the 118 and the 84 though. That's the only one that lines up both ways. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, just
all right.
thought I'd mention it.
All right, good job. Thanks. Okay. And again, if the Reds do lose, they get that prime number relationship. That's the other thing that often comes through is prime numbers. 11, the fifth prime. I'm telling you, if all you did for the rest of your betting days was just look for games with prime number relationships, you'd probably win at least 70%. So prime numbers, that's the other big clue in this game. The scare for the Dodgers is Los Angeles does equal 109. If we were on a date with 29 numerology, I would fear that more because 109 is the 29th prime. We don't have that today. So I gotta give the Dodgers the edge in that one. If the line's real close, or if the Dodgers are a crazy favorite, did we have a line for this game? Let me see. What was the line? Dodgers are a big favorite. I mean, you could take the Reds to cover. This guy's pitched awesome against the Dodgers so far, and he's pitched awesome this season. So let me see something real quick about 82. I mean, you could take the Reds to cover if you wanted to, but I'd probably just take the Dodgers on the money line and skip the spread. Well, God, they're not even a great payout. So, I mean, you could just cool it on that game, but I'm thinking the Dodgers are more likely based on what we see with the 118 and Walker Buehler tomorrow. Okay, so Indians and Mariners. Today, Russell Wilson again signed a contract for $140 million with $107 million guaranteed. In case you missed what we said, Washington equals 140. Seattle's in Washington State, and Seattle equals 107. So Seattle 107, 107 guaranteed, $140 million contract. Another contract by the numbers. And we said yesterday, if the Indians won, which was entirely possible, Mariners 97, they could very well get to 10-7 today because Seattle is 107. So, you know, and the other thing is if the Mariners lose today, they're 13-7. Special number, Seattle, WA, 137. It's also 56. They'd be 5. This isn't up to date. I'm pretty sure they're 5-5 right now at home. They are. So they'd fall to 5-6 at home. And the Indians would become 5-6 away. We talked about this possibility yesterday. Indians winning yesterday, getting to 9-7. Mariners 97. Now both teams being 5-6. So it's looking like Cleveland's got this one. Let's check the pitchers here. Shane Bieber. Got that 74 thing going. Oh, hold on. Let me double check something real quick. Let me double check one thing. Okay, something to consider though for the Indians. If the Mariners won today, the Cleveland Indians would fall to 4-7 away. Indians is 47. Seattle's on the 47th parallel. land of the rotating restaurant on the Space Needle that does a full rotation every 47 minutes. So that is one thing to consider in this game. That's the one thing that go in the Mariners' favor. But okay, hold on. These pitchers. Shane Bieber. Leaks 65. I think if the Mariners win, they'd be 6-5. Okay, so that makes that a little tight. Mike Leake, he's got the baseball numbers. All right. They got one more game against each other. So, got one more game tomorrow. All right, so think about that real quick too. If there's a record that could make sense to finish this series at. Seattle Mariners. Seattle. Cleveland. Indians. Indian Mariners both have that 119 thing going. So did Shane Bieber. And who did they play next? The Mariners got the Angels next. 13. If the Mariners start the season 14-7, don't forget what's important about that number. World Series. So, thinking the Mariners are going to win one and lose one in these next two games. Anaheim, I know that. Anaheim goes 13-8. It's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Ew, if the Mariners did lose 2 in a row, they could be 13-8. It's possible. Los Angeles Angels is 13-9. Be a lot of losses in a row. Let me think about that. If they lost today, they'd be 5-6. And then if they lost tomorrow, they'd be 5-7. And where's that Angels game at? It's in, okay, so that's different. They're 8-2 on the road right now. Seattle's 80. Or no. Are they 8-1 on the road? They are 8-1 on the road. Seattle's 82. They probably do lose their next road game. And back-to-back sweeps for the Mariners at home by these teams? Oh, it's in the cards. That's what their record would be if they lost both of these and then to the Angels. And I am thinking they're probably going to lose that first game in Los Angeles. Huh. What did I just see? That Anaheim's 138? Man. Tough. Okay. How about who do the Indians play next? It's got the Braves next. Now, think about that. Atlanta Braves. 107 like Seattle. But their record can't be that because they got 2 games. Braves. If the Indians won 1 and lost 1, they'd be at 10-8. Major League 108. It's like the movie Major League about the Indians. We got to check the pitcher stats here. Shane Bieber. Pitching. He's 12-5. Got a clue there with that. Splits. Mariners. Maybe he hasn't played the Mariners. Looks like no games against the Mariners. First time facing the Mariners. Okay, and then for the Mariners, it's Mike Leake. $95 and $87. Now I'm pretty sure I saw 88. Maybe it was Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber is 88. He could get his 88th loss against Bieber. So, Good, his 96th wins the next one. It is the 16th. When you write out 16, it is 96. Makes that a little tough. We've seen the 96-16 rituals. That was big recently with a certain college quarterback. God, I'd have to go back and think. Okay. Let's get Mike Leake splits. Cleveland Indians. 4-2. Ooh, if he lost, that would make him 4-3. Indians is 43. So is Mariners. What's up, Connecticut?
Hey, Zach. Chris calling. I'm at work right now. I don't know. Are you still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Have you decoded the NBA Finals at all?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I'm looking at when you spell out the word Act 76, it equals 74. I believe this is Philadelphia 76ers 74th season.
No, it's the NBA 73rd season. I'm going to get to the NBA real quick, but you're on Patreon, right?
Yeah, I'm just not able to listen during the day. I replay my night.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the NBA playoffs again today, but yeah, I'm going to finish up baseball. That's what we're doing right now. So.
Oh, you're on baseball? All right, I have some good info. I'll follow up.
All right, thanks, man. Well, I don't know how good his info can be. He thinks it's the 74th season. It's definitely not the 76ers 74th season. It's only the NBA's 73rd. All right. Indians and Mariners. Ooh, okay, we were going to see the splits here. So he could become 4-3. Indians is 43. Mariners is 43. So it's another thing going against, I would say, the Mariners tonight. So tomorrow's pitchers, let's see what's up with these guys. Carlos Carrasco. Carlos Carrasco. Okay, so we were talking about how both teams could be at 5-6 tomorrow in the home and away records. So there's something. That's something right there. Carrasco 57. So maybe they both come in 5-6. They get to 5-7. But man, there's that 138. We were just talking about how Anaheim's 138, and if the Mariners lost 2 in a row, they'd be at 13-8 going into the Anaheim series. And because I mean, they still do play in Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels. They got that big long name, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. But very interesting. Swanson, not seeing it. Eric with the K. Eric Swanson, 14-8. Well, that couldn't happen. That couldn't happen. I got to say, I'm really following that Indians narrative tonight, especially in light of the fact that Russell Wilson just signed a $107 million contract today. Cleveland, the birthplace of football. Russell Wilson's a baseball and a football player. Did I say Cleveland's the birthplace? Ohio's the birthplace. But damn, Ohio's 47 like Indians. That's the only scare for the Indians is that they could become 4-7 away. But Moore's definitely lining up for the Indians tonight than the Mariners. Yeah, I'd have to give the what was the line here? Who's the favorite tonight in this game? Cleveland is. What's up, man?
So Carlos Carrasco is 146. So if Seattle wins, they're 14-6 going into tomorrow's game. And then you have the 56. So it goes both ways there. Because when they lose, they're 5-6.
That is true. That is true.
So it's very interesting. This is it's kind of like double decoder in a way, you know?
Yeah, this one's tight as well.
And then if the Indians lose tonight, they are 4-7 away, I believe. And then
right.
He's also 74, which is reverse.
Right.
So it's tough.
Yeah, it is. All right, man. I appreciate it.
Another thing, I don't know if you saw this a couple weeks ago. ESPN had an article about the movie Major League, and it mentioned a Dodgers fan for some reason. I don't know if that's a foreshadow, maybe the World Series, possibly Dodgers and Indians. What do you think?
I'd have to look at the article. I don't know anything about it.
Got it. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. It was all over ESPN. If you get some time, and maybe if you get a chance, if you can measure if the Indians and Dodgers play, what date it's on, and how far away from the World Series or something like that. I don't know. Just a thought.
All right, I'll check it out.
Okay. Later.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's review these games. Red Sox and Yankees, it's a tight one. We looked ahead tomorrow, and we saw that the Red Sox had a pitcher going with a 58 Gematria, and the Yankees had a pitcher going with a 38 Gematria. So the Red Sox could get to 5-8 and away, and the Yankees could fall to 3-8 if the Red Sox can win 2 in a row. And again, the Yankees are depleted right now, so that's not out of the question. Just to make sure that we were working with good information. Yeah, they're 3-8 and 3-6. So favoring the Red Sox in this game and favoring them to win 2 in a row. If they win today, I think that's a good bet that the Red Sox do win 2 in a row. Pirates and Tigers was also tight. Pirates equals 88 and 43. The Tigers can fall to 8-8 and 4-3. Looking at tomorrow's pitcher, it gave us a little bit more reason to believe in the Pirates narrative, but it was still kind of, there was some riddles for the Tigers too. But I'm favoring the Pirates in this one. Let me pull up that picture for tomorrow for the Pirates game. I think it was Trevor Williams. It might have been Spencer Turnbull. It was one of these two. Let's see. So Trevor Williams had the 88 connection. We're seeing a lot of pitchers come in with numbers that have to do with the records. And then Spencer Turnbull, let me see, what was his? Spencer Turnbull was also 88. So Pirates is 88 and 43. Tigers could be 8-8 after day and 4-3 with 2 pitchers tomorrow going with that 8-8 connection. Now, the reason it was iffy is because if the Pirates lost today, they'd be 8-7, right? And they'd have a chance to go 8-8 tomorrow with both those pitchers. And if that did happen, I imagine the Pirates would become 8-8 tomorrow with the 2 88 pitchers going. So that's the question mark with this game. That's the question mark. But again, Pirates is 88 and 43. The Tigers' record could be just that today. So personally, I think my strategy would be to bet on the Pirates to win. If they don't, then you can get it back tomorrow, more likely than not, because you'd probably be looking at the Pirates becoming 8-8 with both the double 88 pitchers on the mound. Giants and, or hold on, let me get back to today. Giants and Nationals. So Derek Rodriguez can become 7-7 as a pitcher. And we know that Washington, D.C., 77 is always a big number there with the sports teams, always seeing the 77 riddles with D.C. The Giants would also become 7 and 11. That's the prime factors of 77. 7 times 11, 77. We looked at tomorrow's pitchers, and there was a little bit more riddle to that weight as well. The big scare, though, with this Nationals game is they're a heavy favorite. And Strasburg, what's scary is his name equals 53. He's the 16th, and he could get his 53rd career loss. 53, the 16th prime. The Nationals aren't a great payout, so I mean, I don't know if it's worth betting on them just because they don't pay much, and there is that slight risk with the 53 thing. But if the Nationals win today, I think they'll be in good shape to win tomorrow too. So maybe watch what happens today. Giants probably lose. And then maybe tomorrow we get a better line, and I think the Nationals have a good riddle to win 2 in a row as long as they win today. Mets and Phillies, these records aren't correct up here. The Phillies are actually 6 and 4 right now. Let me pull it up here. The Phillies, where are they at? There they are. They're 6 and 4 at home, and the Mets are 8 and 3 away. If the Phillies lost today, they'd be 9 and 7 and 6 and 5. Philadelphia equals 97 and 65. Philadelphia was also established on the day, leaving 65 days left in the year. The only problem is Philadelphia Phillies is 106 like prophecy. Philadelphia, named from Revelation, the book of prophecy. 106 is a big number with that history in its, or the history of the sports teams there. Philadelphia Phillies equals 106. They could become 10 and 6 today on the 106th day of the year. So it makes this riddle tight. What we notice, though, is both the pitchers going tomorrow's pitchers for this series, both have the connection to 117. So I'm thinking whatever happens today, the Mets end up 11 and 7 tomorrow. So maybe just wait today and tomorrow get a nice quality high percentage pick. Mets should be 11 and 7 tomorrow. That's the thought. Orioles in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a monster favorite. They got a pitcher on the mound who's lights out. I think the Orioles are a good bet to cover today. They can very well win. Tampa Bay is the team that has 3 connections to the number 74. So Orioles could become 7 and 4 away. And today being the 16th, 53, the 16th prime. If the Rays lost, they'd be 5 and 3 at home, kind of like 53, the 16th prime. Notice the pitcher, he comes in with this lights out ERA, 0.53. What we noticed about this series is the Rays are 12 and 4. Baltimore Orioles equals 136. If the Orioles can win 2, they'll end this series 13 and 6 against the Orioles. So that would also make the Orioles 9 and 11. Dylan Bundy, he was also going for a record of 32 and 32 today. Let me make sure that's correct. I'm pretty sure he was going for his 32nd win. I think it was him. He has the 32 date numerology. Yeah, it is him. So he's going for 32 and 32 on the 32 date. So Orioles would be a nice payout. And again, you can always take the line. So even if the Orioles lose and play it close and cover, you win that way. Cubs and Marlins. Shoot. I honestly forget what the thought was with this game. I remember we were kind of going back and forth on this one. Cubs and Marlins. Let me think. So I know that one of the scares with the Cubs was that they could fall to 3 and 8 in Florida. Florida's 38, and the Marlins were. What was it about this series? Oh. Quintana. Jose Quintana's 47, and Quintana alone is also 47. The Cubs could get to 4 and 7 as well, because right now they're 3 and 7. I was saying that this game is dangerous right here. Was there something with tomorrow? I think we couldn't get a good strong read on this game. Cole Hamels. Cole Hamels had the 58 connection. If the Marlins won 2 in a row, they'd be 5-8. Hamels 58. So yeah, I think this was just kind of one of those games where like, I'd probably lay off that one. Probably lay off. All right, Diamondbacks and Braves. So there was a lot of overlap with 44. Both pitchers, Max Fried and Robbie Ray, they both have the connection to 44. Georgia's 44. Atlanta Braves is 89. Diamondbacks have a good shot to win today. What could go in the Braves' favor is they play in Cumberland, Georgia. That equals 97. They could fall to 97. It also equals 83. They could become 8-3 at home. 83 is the 23rd prime number. Today has the 23 date numerology. Hold on. I need to check something real quick with these last guys. There was somebody going for their 23rd loss today. Wasn't him. Florida Marlins, the old team name equals 70. Quintana could get his 70th loss. Lopez, who was going for 23? It wasn't this game. We did see that Pablo Lopez could become 4-6 or 3-7. The problem is both those numbers connect to Chicago. So yeah, this game was too tough. What game was it with the 23? Should have made a note about that. I need my notepad. But okay, there was something else about this series. It's a 3-game series, and if I'm not mistaken, Arizona Diamondbacks, they got that 117 connection. So by the end of this series, the Braves very well could be 11-7. They could possibly lose today and win the next 2. They'd be 11-7. The pitchers tomorrow for this game. The pitchers for tomorrow as well. Where's it at? I think, let me see. Is it Godley? It's Zach Godley. Zach Godley had that 44 connection as well. So again, Zach Godley could be on the mound with his team at a 4-4 away record. And Kevin Gossman, I don't think he had the 44 connection, but I know Kevin's 74. So Kevin 74. If his team lost, they would be 7-4, and he'd be coming in with the 7-4 start. Kevin on the mound. So I think the Diamondbacks got a shot tonight, but again, I think the Braves will probably win 2 out of 3 in that series. So this one's a little risky. I'll let you make the call on that. Again, the biggest thing going for the Braves is becoming 8-3 in Cumberland, Georgia on the 23 date. 83, the 23rd prime. Oh, as I said that out loud, I remembered what it was. I remember who had the 23 connection now. It was one of the pitchers for the Detroit game. Let me go back and look at that real quick. Matthew Boyd was at 23 wins for the Tigers. Okay, he was at 23. He could stay there. Detroit, Michigan's 83. Detroit Tigers 83. City's on the 83rd meridian, the 23rd prime. And let me check Musgrove. Or no, that's not the one I wanted. Stats. Oh, yeah, but then Musgrove could get his 23rd loss, which made it tough. That was the thing going against the Pirates. He could get his 23rd loss on the 23 date. So that's the danger there with that Pirates-Tigers game. Okay. So Diamondbacks, Braves. I think if I would say just looking at the road ahead, it seems like the best bet the Diamondbacks have to win a game in this series probably is tonight. But I'm fully expecting the Braves to get 2 out of 3 here. All right, Cardinals and Brewers. These records aren't correct. We were talking about why a Brewers sweep made a lot of sense. Milwaukee Brewers equals 98. Brewers equals 99. The Cardinals could be 9-9 by the end of the series. And the pitcher who pitches tomorrow for the Cardinals, his name equals 99 as well. So let's put that back up here so you can see that. Where's it at? Where's the Cardinals? Oh, it's right up there. This guy, Waka. He's on the mound tomorrow for the Cardinals. With a loss, his team would be 9-9 against the Brewers, 99. And Milwaukee Brewers, also 98. They could fall to 9-8 today, then 9-9 tomorrow. And notice Milwaukee Brewers 8-2. If they win 2 more against the Cardinals, the Brewers are 8-2 at home. And again, Seattle's 82. They're originally from Seattle. So I'm thinking the Brewers can win 2 more against the Cardinals there. Like the White Sox today to win. Chicago White Sox equals 79. This isn't up to date. They're actually 2-5 at home. If they win, they'll be 3-5. Chicago's 35. Royals have a shot tomorrow because the pitcher tomorrow, his name equals 36. Keller. Could get the White Sox to 3-6 tomorrow. Rockies and Padres. Nick Margivius, however you say his last name, it equals 127. Padres can get to 12-7 today. This is also not up to date. They're 4-4 at home right now. And ESPN's home and away records are really screwed up. So Padres 4-4 at home. Rockies equals 44. We had them getting to 4-4 against the Rockies. Rockies are 5-7 away. If the Padres win 2 in a row, they'll be 13-7. San Diego Padres equals 137. So I think very, very likely they can do that. They're 4-4 at home right now. If they win 3 in a row at home, which is very possible, they play the lowly Reds next. They'd be 7-4 at home. San Diego 74. So the Rockies would also go into Philadelphia. This is the last game between these teams. The Rockies would go into Philadelphia 13-5. The magic numbers in Philadelphia are 135. So I'm liking the Padres here tonight. Astros and Athletics is very dicey. There's a whole lot of 74 on the board. The Athletics could get to 7-4, but there's a lot of 65 on the board too. And both teams could be 6-5. So we also saw that Colin McHugh has been dominant against the Athletics. He's 9-1 in his career against the Athletics. His full name, Colin McHugh, equals 125. If the Astros won, they'd be 12-5. Keep in mind the Astros are on a 9-game winning streak. 9 does represent completion. So I'm really torn on this game. I'm really torn on this one. Personally, I would just I'd let it go by the wayside. The Astros being a big favorite on the road. Again, this guy has dominated the Athletics for his career. If I just wanted to bet on it, I might bet on the A's to cover because they definitely got a narrative, but so do the Astros. And the Astros are on fire. Reds and Dodgers. The trick here is Los Angeles equals 109. So the Dodgers could fall to 10-9. Also, Los Angeles, California equals 118. It's on the 118th meridian. Clippers equals 118. It's always a big number for that city, 118. We saw that tomorrow Walker Buehler's pitching. Buehler equals 118, and Walker Buehler equals 84. So if the Dodgers win today, Walker Buehler could get them to, or hold on, let me make sure. The Dodgers are actually 7-4. So if the Dodgers won today, they'd be 11-8 and 8-4. Walker Buehler equals 84. Buehler 118. But Walker Buehler does also equal 75. So let me show you this. Buehler 118. We're seeing a lot of pitchers come in that pitch corresponding with what the team's record already is. Walker Buehler is 75 and 84. So the only way you can get both to match is with the Dodgers winning today, becoming 11-8 and 8-4. If they lost, they'd be 7-5 with him coming in. So notice if the Reds lose, they become 5-11. You get that prime number relationship, 11, the fifth prime. And Indians, I have a feeling they're going to beat the Mariners today. Seattle equals 107. Seattle, WA's 13-7 and 56. Neither of these records are up to date. If the Indians won today, both teams would be 5-6 away and home. The thing that could go against the Indians is their record right now is 4-6 away. If they lost, they'd be 4-7. Indians is 47. Seattle's on the 47th parallel. So again, that one's a little tight too. We saw that Mike Leake could get his 88th loss, and the opposing pitcher Shane Bieber, who equals 88. Russell Wilson signed the $107 million contract today. And Russell Wilson, former baseball player, his name equals 54, like baseball. I'm just wondering if that's a clue. You know, he's a baseball, football player. Football's born in Ohio. You got the Ohio team in Seattle, 107 million guaranteed. Indians 10-7, Seattle 107. So I'm leaning the Indians' direction, but I'm also not crazy about this game just because the 4-7's there. Big Seattle number, big Ohio number that relates to the Indians. So another tough one. So again, just one more time, the games that look better than other games today. The Red Sox winning 2 in a row based on the pitchers who were on the mound 2 days in a row is looking somewhat promising. This isn't the strongest pick of the day, but I'm thinking the Red Sox. You could wait and see. If the Red Sox win today, I think that's lock city for them tomorrow. You know, they look real good tomorrow as long as they win today. The Pirates riddle, it's pretty good, but again, if the Pirates did lose, it's another game where you might want to wait and see. If the Pirates lost today, I think you'd have a very good chance that the Tigers would win tomorrow as well. So, because we're looking at a day ahead how the pitching could match up. The Nationals thing, again, the Giants pitcher can become 7-7 in DC. The Mets and Phillies, tomorrow you're definitely going to get a good pick with the Mets game. Win or lose today, the Mets should be 11-7 tomorrow. I think the Orioles are definitely worth a shot because they're a nice payout. And I'm a conservative guy. I just bet on them to cover. So you could bet on both. You could make 2 bets. You could bet on them to cover, and you could also bet on them to win outright. Orioles do have good numbers to win today, and they have good numbers to win 2 out of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Cubs Marlins isn't a good one. Diamondbacks Braves, it's tight as well. I would take the Diamondbacks with the cushion, but this one looks real good right here. This looks like a good game. The Brewers, I think the Brewers are going to win 2 in a row. Like the Brewers to win 2 in a row right there. And did we skip the Blue Jays? And I think we skipped the Blue Jays Twins game. How did that happen? Okay, but Blue Jays is 95. I think we skipped this game. Hold on. We skipped a game, you guys. Blue Jays is 95, though. I know that. And this win record's not right either. Toronto Blue Jays. Okay. Away, they're 2. All right, so the Blue Jays are 2-5 away, and the Twins are 5-2 at home. Or no. What did I just say? The Twins are 4-2 at home. So, yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, that if the Blue Jays won yesterday, which we liked, the Twins would look good today because Blue Jays is 95 and Minnesota's 52. So the Twins can get to 5-2 at home like 52 and 9-5 against the Blue Jays. So I'm definitely digging that. Blue Jays 95, Minnesota 52, just like how they hosted Super Bowl 52. And, again, what is the Blue Jays record? 2-5 away, so they'd fall to 2-6. All right, let's do everything else that we would normally do though. Sanchez. His name's Aaron Sanchez. Aaron Sanchez, 62 like Minneapolis. Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson's 52 as well. So he can get his team to 5-2. Minnesota 52, Kyle Gibson 52, Blue Jays 9-5. All right, let's see the stats here. Aaron Sanchez, 30-20. So that doesn't go with our date numerology. I do know that Twins does carry the gematria of 31, so that's about the only thing I could say going for the Blue Jays here. Pitcher could get his 31st win. Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson, 54-61. He could get his 55th win in Minneapolis. Well, Minneapolis is 55 and 62, actually, so that could go either way. Gibson. Aaron Sanchez. Aaron Sanchez was 62. Sanchez. All right, so there's a little riddle for the Blue Jays, but I'm still digging the Twins more. The 5-2 and the 9-5 is more direct. Let's see who they got going tomorrow. All right, Jake Odorizzi. Odorizzi. 85 like Twins. Perfect. Odorizzi. Nothing big there. Trent Thornton. Oh, you know what else is funny? You know what's just hanging right in front of my face? If the Blue Jays lose today, they're going to be 6-12. That's the Minnesota area code. The Minneapolis area code is 612. 612. That was a big riddle with the Super Bowl when it was hosted there. The last time the Eagles and Patriots had played was on December 6th. 612 date before the Super Bowl. So yeah, I'm digging the I'm digging the Twins here. 9-5 Blue Jays, 5-2 at home. Minnesota 52, Kyle Gibson 52. Blue Jays get the Minneapolis area code 612. There is a little riddle with Aaron Sanchez, but I think this one's too good. So I got to learn every city's area code. These area code riddles. Okay. Hey, what's up?
The pitcher for Toronto for tomorrow, doesn't he have the numbers if the Twins both win and lose today?
If they won and lost tomorrow?
So if the Twins, there's something with his numbers, Trent Thornton, I think, that would correspond if either the Twins lost today or won tomorrow, or won today. Sorry, if you can.
If they lost, if the Twins lost 2 in a row, they could be 8-7 against Thornton, or they could win today and lose tomorrow and be 9-6.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. But I'm digging the 612 thing. That's the Minneapolis area code.
Yeah, it looks like that 9 and the 96 looks better.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Just want to point out. Okay. Thank you.
See it. I think I skipped the Angels and Rangers game too. Did I? It looks like I did. I don't know how I skipped those games. All right, let me see. Los Angeles. No, I didn't skip this. I looked at this. But what did we say? Los Angeles is 37. If they won, they'd be 3-7 away. No, I didn't look at this. I did not look at this. Los Angeles Angels, 8-6. What's the actual record here? All right, they are 2-7 and 6-3. Angels. All right, Rangers. Rangers and Los Angeles have overlap with 37. So that's when you get that overlap number, it's always a good sign. So Angels could get to 3-7 away today. Texas Rangers. All right, so we have an overlap with 37. All right, Jamie Berea. Jamie Berea. All right, I don't see anything there. Jamie. All right, Mike Minor. Minor. I don't see it. 73, the reflection of 37. Okay, let's see the Berea. He's 11-9. How soon do you have to go?
Very soon.
How soon?
We can leave in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes? All right. You guys, we might have to interrupt this, and I won't be gone long. I might have to start up the live stream again. So, but hold on, let's finish this and just review real quick because I think this last game we got to look at. May, what time's your school start? Okay. All right. Mike Minor. Ooh, I see Mike Minor's going for his 58th win because Angels is 58. He could get his 58th win against the Angels. But man, that conflicts with the overlap number. Let's see what these guys got going tomorrow. Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey. 6. And the Rangers, Lance Lynn. 6-5. No, couldn't be. Lance Lynn has that 37 connection. So if he came in tomorrow, Could be facing the Angels at a 3-7 record. But yeah, just the fact that that pitcher today can get his 58th win against the Angels, and Angels is 58, that makes that tough. Okay. So again, let's. I think we covered all the games now. Okay, so let's again do this. So Red Sox tomorrow. Looking ahead, tomorrow's pitcher has the 58 connection for the Red Sox. So if the Red Sox win 2 in a row, they're 5-8. Tomorrow's Yankees pitcher has the 38 connection. If they lose 2 in a row, they're 3-8. The big scare is New York and 39, but New York is also 48. So Red Sox, they look like they're in position to win 2. Pirates and Tigers. Pirates equals 88 and 43. If the Tigers lose, they're 8-8 and 4-3. Tomorrow, both pitchers starting. Tomorrow, both have the 88 connection. If the Tigers did not lose today, I think the Pirates would definitely fall to 8-8 tomorrow. So strategy might be to bet for the Pirates today. If that's wrong, I think you can definitely get it back betting for the Tigers tomorrow. Giants and Nationals. Nationals aren't a good payout, but this guy can become 7-7 in Washington, D.C., the land of 77. Strasburg could also get his 53rd career loss on the 16th, 53 the 16th prime, so that's the scare for the Nationals. Mets and Phillies, I'd wait on this game. Tomorrow, I think we'll get a free pick. Tomorrow, both pitchers have 117 connections, so I think the Mets will be 11-7 after tomorrow. We just need to see what happens today. Again, the Phillies could become 10-6 on the 106th day of the year. Philadelphia Phillies is 106, but they could also become 9-7 and 6-5 at home. Again, this isn't correct here. Philadelphia 97-65. Orioles, I would bet on them to cover. They have a real good chance to win today. I think Orioles could be a good payout. They got good numbers. Bet on them to cover. If they cover the spread, you can win even if they lose. Cubs and Marlins, I'd shy away from it. I'd shy away from that one. Diamondbacks and Braves, I think the Braves are going to win 2 out of 3 here, but I do think the Diamondbacks have a good chance to win today because Atlanta Braves is 89, and both pitchers have the 44 connection. Georgia's also 44. I think the Brewers will sweep the Cardinals, so I like the Brewers winning 2 more in a row here. Twins can get to 9-5 today. Blue Jays 95. This isn't correct. They'd become 5-2 at home. Minnesota equals 52. Kyle Gibson equals 52. And for the ultimate tribute, the Blue Jays would be 6-12, like the 612 area code, which is Minneapolis. So I like this game, and I like the Brewers games. They're some of the juicier games today. Orioles is probably the best upset play. Angels and Rangers, we see an overlap here, number here with 37. Los Angeles and Rangers is 37, but the problem is the Rangers pitcher's going for his 58th career win, and Angels equals 58. So that makes me gun shy on that. Like the White Sox to get to 7-9. Chicago White Sox 79. They'll become 3-5 at home. This isn't correct. Chicago 35. So I do like the White Sox. Padres, I think they're going to win 2 in a row. San Diego Padres 137. Like the Padres today. Athletics and Astros, very dangerous game. Colin McHugh has dominated the A's. His name equals 125. He could become 12-5. There's a lot of overlap with 56, 65, and 74, so the numbers can really go either way. If I bet on this game, I might bet on the A's to cover, but I'd probably rather just stay away from this one. The Reds will likely lose 5-11, 11 the 5th prime number, that prime thing. Dodgers can become 11-8 at home. Los Angeles, California, 118 on the 118th meridian. Bueller's on the mound tomorrow. Bueller equals 118. And Indians and Mariners, if I had to bet on this, I'd bet on the Indians because Seattle's 107 today. Russell Wilson signed the guaranteed contract with $107 million. But there's a scare here. The Indians could become 4-7 away. Indians is 47. Seattle's on the 47th parallel. So I'm not crazy about this game. I'm not crazy about it. But games I'd take a stab at. Dodgers aren't a good payout, so I might just forgo it just because Los Angeles equals 109. They could lose. I don't think so. It's possible. Not good enough payout for the risk. But I do like Padres. the one thing about the Padres, the reason the line's so bad is because this John Gray has done awesome against the Padres historically. He's 8-3 against them. Colorado's 83, San Diego's 38. But I still like the Padres tonight. I like the White Sox. I like the Twins. I like the Brewers. I'd take the Diamondbacks to cover. I'd use that spread. Again, I think the Braves are going to win 2 out of 3 there, though. And then these other games, Orioles, I think they're worth a shot to upset. Mets, Phillies, I'd wait till tomorrow. I think we get a great pick tomorrow. Giants, Nationals. I'd just leave this game alone because Nationals aren't a good payout and there's a risk there. Pirates, Tigers. Again, I do think that the Pirates will win today, but if they lose, I think they'll definitely lose tomorrow as well. So that's my thought on that. And Red Sox, Yankees equals 109. The line's just interesting. But again, Red Sox, a good riddle for them to win 2 in a row. So let's wrap it up for right there. I'll be back real quick, you guys. I'll start another live stream at just after 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. That's 4 Eastern, and we'll do all the playoff games. So apologies. Just got to run the lady to school. Today went longer than we ever go. But I will be right back to do the playoff games. So about a 30-minute break, and we'll be right back here. All right. Good luck, you guys. See you in a few.